It is Thursday night high school football here at A.B. Miller as the Hesperia Scorpions face off against the Summit Skyhawks. My name is Mason Jandro, alongside me, Vinny Fazio. And tonight, both teams 0-1, Vinny. What do they got to do to get a win on the board?
Well, for Summit, we all know it's all about quarterback Troy Tamink. He's going to try to throw it around the yard. It's a young defense. It's a young run game. So, they lean on him even more heavily than they normally would. He's a really good player. The pressure's going to be on his shoulders. For Hesperia, they've got to be able to get their offense going. Defensively last week against Elsinore, they were pretty solid, holding Elsinore 21 points. Able to keep them in the game, but they couldn't get scores, couldn't get drives, couldn't get points when they had to. We'll see if they're able to get their option offense going tonight.
Of course, only 7 points for Hesperia on the Week 1 game against Elsinore, but they did give up 3 plays of 50-plus yards, and that's got to be cut down if they want to do anything against Summit tonight.
Well, you know explosive plays. You're a Centennial guy. You know how big explosive plays can be. You know, if you're going to give up long scores, you don't give your defense a chance. You don't give yourself a chance to play another play. And things can get away from you. And with Summit's athleticism, Summit's talent, if they start letting that happen, it could be a long night for Hesperia.
Of course, we are glad you guys are here with us. We are live and amplified around the world here on Inland Sports YouTube channel. The coin toss is happening right now, and we will be back with kickoff right after this.
Welcome to the local sports leader in the Inland Empire, the Inland Sports Show. You can find us on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM every single Saturday at 11 a.m. plus live and amplified around the world on the Inland Sports Channel on YouTube. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button.
This is Kenny Clark from the Green Bay Packers, and you're watching the Inland Sports Show.
Inland Sports is the undisputed sports leader in the IE and 2-time finalist for the top TV radio show in the Inland Empire. Thanks to our big-name guests, exclusive interviews, video highlights, and, of course, nobody breaks more news than Inland Sports. Hosted by Big Salty Jeff Gorham and the IE Media Personality of the Year, Pep Fernandez. Honored by the CIF Southern Section with its Champion for Character Award, the National Football Foundation, the Southern California Football Coaches Association, the Inland Empire Baseball Coaches Association, and the San Bernardino City Unified School District. We've teamed up with some outstanding companies in our community that are proud to call the IE home, and they care about local sports.
Hey, what's up, Pep? You too cool to come down here, man? Too big time now?
You can join our team too. If you're a local business or owner, shoot us an email at inlandsportshow@gmail.com. Nobody covers local sports like Inland Sports. Find us on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook.
Always want to play the best teams, even in the playoffs. If we win the playoffs, I want it to be like we earned it.
Help us spread the word, and thanks for making Inland Sports the local sports leader in the Inland Empire.
Welcome back to the broadcast. We have found out that the Hesperia Scorpions will be receiving the ball. Summit to kick off. I would like to thank our sponsors here before the game starts. Spoiled Quick Quality Oil Change. You'll be spoiled by their excellent customer service and great prices. Check them out on Alessandra Boulevard. Spoiled. A huge thanks to Bill Navigado and his team at Spoiled, who are dedicated to local sports in the Inland Empire. Ken Sporting Goods. Ken Sporting Goods. More than 40 years in the Inland Empire and still dominating, taking care of all your sports gear needs, plus Letterman's jackets. They even helped the La Sierra Eagles design a new logo and produce new uniforms. Check out kensportinggoods.com. Boost Performance Training. Athletes of all levels need to check out Boost Performance Training in Corona. Coach Ray Bass and his team bring experience, passion, and commitment to grooming great athletes. They train athletes in all sports: football, baseball, track, lacrosse. Check out boosttrainingsystems.com. And don't forget the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports, Inland Empire, 1350 a.m. Saturdays at 11 a.m. with Pep Fernandez, the one and only. We will have the Cajon football team on this Saturday, so come and join us there. And that's always exciting because Pep's a great host.
Pep's a man. That's the sports show of record in the area. A little bit of a question, interesting question to start the game. Who starts at quarterback? Both Justin Hassan and Hayden Lavars took snaps with the first team for Hesperia, so it'll be interesting to see. Hassan is a guy that's played a lot of games before. He was a captain. But you seem to think might be Lavars that gets a call tonight.
I don't know. Lavars started last week, but then got taken out, and Hassan played, and now it seems like, well, I guess we'll find out when
shouldn't be too long now, yeah.
So here we are lining up for the kickoff as number 8 from the Summit, or 6 from the Summit, David Zambrano will kick it away, or 4. It's all confusing.
Oh, that's all right. No big deal. Looks like Massey, one of the deep guys for Hesperia. The other, LaVey Williams. One of our favorite names. He was one of their key guys last year, their leading returning rusher. Held the -5 yards on 10 carries last week. So they're going to have to get something going, find a way to get him going somehow.
Yeah, balanced attack is always important in football, and you need a passing game and a running game, and Hesperia had no running game last week against Elsinore.
Well, and against good teams, against good defenses, that's just no way you can't play that way.
Of course,
you're going to have to be able to run it and throw it, and we'll see if they're able to get something going offensively right here from the start.
So Summit lines up, and we are underway here on this Thursday night game. As Hesperia will take it from the 25-yard line, cuts upfield, past the 30, 35 to the 40. Out of bounds is number 14, Devin Williams for Hesperia.
Summit tries to go with like a pooch kick, high sky pooch kick, but still a pretty good return. Give Williams credit. Caught it, got his eyes forward, and got running. They're out to almost a 40-yard line, 39-yard line, 1st and 10.
So it looks like Hayden Lavars will get the start here for Hesperia, and let's see if he can maybe have a better game than last game against Elsinore.
It's important for him to start fast. Sophomore, young quarterback, you want to get off to a fast start.
And you want LaVey Williams to help you out here as a quarterback, especially with a veteran running back like himself. Hayden gets a snap, gives it to LaVey up the middle, past the 45. He cuts back to the left, past the 50, to the 50, to the 40, to the 35, to the 30, and out of bounds. And what a run there by LaVey.
What a great start by Hesperia. A little wham play. It was like a wing trap. The wing came in short motion, trapped the nose guard. They let him run up the field, trapped him from the outside with the wing, and a big hole there. And then LaVey Williams showing some speed up the sideline, finally run out of bounds.
That's a great first play there for Hesperia to get this game underway, as now it is 1st and 10 from about the 29-yard line. And the shotgun is Hayden.
Want it if you're Hesperia.
Shotgun is Hayden. Lifts the leg. Handoff again to LaVey, up the middle. Tries to break a tackle, can't. For probably a gain of 0, maybe 1.
It was a counter play, and it was almost there. Ortiz makes a tackle. But had he been able to step through Ortiz, and he almost did. There was a lot of running room.
A lot of running room on the right side.
Good inside through run by Ortiz to make the tackle, and now you got 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10, ball on the 30-yard line. 11:07, game just underway here at A.B. Miller High School. Hesperia against Summit. Hayden again, more like a pistol action here. LaVey behind him. Woodson's Hesperia's top guy. He's in the slot on the left side. The snap. Play action. Rolls right is Hayden, and he throws that ball into the ground, kind of away, I guess. A little pressure there by Summit.
Young quarterback, one of the things he's going to learn, there was time in the pocket. He had time, but he tried to step away from pressure, and he ended up stepping his way out of the pocket into the rush. The offensive line thinks you're going to be behind him.
Yeah.
You got to stay behind him. Once you start to scramble, they don't know where you are.
Hayden, only a sophomore, so he is a young. Again in the pistol. LaVey Williams behind him. On the 30-yard line, 3rd and 10. The snap, the pitch, the fumble, dropped, and it looks like it's picked up, but it's a scramble. I have no idea.
Now, Summit may have got that. Hesperia had a couple chances to pick the ball up and tried to scoop it rather than falling on it, and might have cost them the ball.
And it looks like it's Summit's ball, so a huge turnover there by Hesperia. And just like that, that big drive has turned into a turnover, and now Summit will get their chance to drive down the field and get the first points on the board.
Two major self-destructive type mistakes, Had pass time, had time to throw, bought time and took a sack or took a bad throw, and then put the ball on the ground. Those are 2 unforced errors. Can't make unforced errors when you're an underdog against a team as talented as Summit.
So here's the Summit, Troy Temenik, as he hands his play action, hands off, actually, to number, can't see who that, number 3, Antonio Coleman, the running back for Summit.
Summit going pretty fast offensively, not super fast. They're running the RPO game, sticks it in there and makes a read and could either hand it or pull it and make a quick throw.
Hey, he fooled me, so that was nice. Troy again at the shotgun. Play action. Out to number 13, Kevon Johnson, and he has some room down the sideline and out of bounds at about the 37-yard line. And Kevon Johnson, he had a huge game last week, Vinny, with 123 receiving yards.
Well, he's the key receiver for Summit. He's the guy they want to get the ball in their hands. And Nick Matheny, good job by the offensive staff. You always want to script the play to get the ball to your key receiver in the first couple plays. The second play, they throw it out there, let Johnson do his work.
0-0, 1st and 10 here on the 40-yard line. Again, outside of number 8 now.
Well, you know, on that one, Hesperia didn't look like they were set. Summit was in a 3-receiver set, and Hesperia didn't send a linebacker out. There was nobody covering the second and third receivers. Both of them were wide open. They're going to have to bump a linebacker out there. Looks like the pace might be disturbing Hesperia a little bit.
That's the fast pace. Another throw here outside. A nice little spin move, tackle down at about the 25-yard line. But
it's
a first down.
If Hesperia's not going to walk a guy out, they're just going to keep doing this until somebody comes over.
Why wouldn't you?
It's easy money right now. It's an easy throw for Tamink, and there's 2 wide open guys. And it looks like maybe they're bumping the linebacker here.
1st and 10, 26-yard line. Another fast Tamink will keep it himself. Kind of fakes it, and ball is thrown backwards. So dropped there by number 26, Eric Zambrano.
That was your run-pass option play by Tamink, and he throws it out.
Kind of maybe panicked a little bit.
Yeah, but it's actually there. If
it was.
The catch, there actually was running room out there. It looks like Tamink coming off the field. Might have got the wind knocked out of him. Looks like we're seeing either a backup quarterback or maybe a Wildcat set.
Looks like Nathan Flores has come in, the backup quarterback. He hikes, and this ball is almost hiked over his head, but now he's falling down for a sack. The ball's loose and picked up by Hesperia. And that was so much just happened right there. It looked like Tamink got the wind knocked out. New quarterback, snap over his head, and now Hesperia's got the ball.
Well, you know, when that's the hard part about being the backup quarterback. You know, you got to be ready to go at a second's notice, and he comes running in and has to take the snap right away. Didn't look like they were totally ready. It looked like the operation of the play didn't look like it was totally right. Had trouble with the snap. It looked like it was a decent snap.
Didn't look
feel
bad.
It cleanly. Ball rolled around, and then you got to get on the ball and give yourself a chance to at least punt the ball. Instead, Hesperia, ball at the 39-yard line, good field position.
Yeah, Hesperia's got the ball back. Again, Hayden LeVar's pistol action. LeVay Williams behind him. Hands out to him. He gets up the middle for about a gain of 4 yards.
And that's the same play they opened the game with. They opened the game with that little wham play with the wing motion, coming back and trying to kind of run a wing trap against the nose guard. And he trapped him, and they got that part of the block, but they didn't handle the linebackers. And the linebackers able to make the tackle for a short gain.
2nd down and 8, ball on the 41-yard line. 8:23 here in the first quarter. 0-0 is the score. Hesperia against Summit. In motion comes the Hesperia wide receiver. Another handoff to LeVay. And that is another gain of about 2 yards.
Yeah, there's not a lot of running room there. I mean, they're trying to kind of hammer right at him. I'm not sure that's the kind of running back that LeVay Williams is. He looks like he's a little bit more of a slasher, and they're kind of trying to hammer on him right now. So now they're in a 3rd and long. This is not where you want to be with a young quarterback. Don't want to be in 3rd and long.
3rd and 7 now, 40 on the 42-yard line. Again in the pistol is Hesperia. LeVar's kind of fumbles the snap, throws it out to LeVay. LeVay is wrapped up by Summit. Great defense there, just to kind of that play was already broken up and it was busted. So
it looked like some kind of a busted play.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell if it was supposed to be maybe like a double pass or if there was something going on there. Just not executed cleanly, and they're going to have to punt the ball. Not a very good series there for Hesperia offensively. After having something on the first play, they really struggled on their next 7 plays.
So a 3 and out here. Here comes number 3, J.P. Monslaw.
Looks like they're short on the punt team. They may have to take a timeout here. They don't have enough guys on the field. Nothing more frustrating to a coaching staff, and they're going to have to burn one of their timeouts.
They do.
Now, this is something you work on. You work on it on Wednesday. You work on it on Thursday. This is a Thursday game. But Tuesday, Wednesday, you do your special teams check. Friday or Thursday before the game, you do your walkthrough, and then you go out on the field and somebody doesn't take the field.
So do you maybe, because today is Thursday, a less day to do that? So
yeah, absolutely. And the other thing is you're dealing with 15 and 16-year-old kids, and sometimes they just aren't focused.
Exactly.
And somebody, they're on the sideline. You usually have a coach who's calling for the punt team when you get into a 3rd down. You're calling, hey, punt team alert, punt team alert. But you're looking in the stands trying to find your mom, or you're looking at the cheerleaders and you don't get the call.
I understand.
And somebody just didn't get the call. Looks like he's on the field now. But they had to burn a timeout. And you hope if you're Hesperia that doesn't come back to bite you.
Which it usually does in high school football, almost always.
Hate to burn those timeouts.
So, punt team out, the snap, and here is the punt.
Not a very good
short punt past the 50-yard line, and it looks like it'll roll out of bounds at about the 47-yard line.
Only about a 20-yard punt. It was a great snap.
Great snap.
Tight snap right on him.
No struggle there.
But it looked like he might have shanked the punt a little bit. And so Summit will have great field position, so this turnover doesn't hurt him. You hope Tamink can come back. Looks like he's back in the huddle. So hopefully for Summit, they're able to get right back going.
So Troy Tamink will be back out with his running back Antonio Coleman. And I wouldn't be surprised if they go to Tavon Johnson here in this first play.
Not a bad idea. He sure looked good on the one he caught already.
1st and 10 on the 46-yard line. And it's a handoff to Coleman up the middle. Great little gap there by the O-line, and he runs up about 10 yards for a first down.
I'll tell you what, Coleman's not even listed as a running back. He's listed as a linebacker.
As a linebacker.
And he runs like a linebacker. He kind of gets his pads down. He looks good on these first couple of carries. So, we'll see. Maybe he's found a new calling.
Looks like the line judge is having a little trouble with the chains, as now we'll be moving them. So first down here on the 44-yard line on Hesperia's 44, to be exact.
A little disruptive for Summit. They're trying to go fast, and the chains aren't
exactly. Temec in the shotgun. Another handoff to Coleman. He'll cut up the field, get tackled about the 37-yard line.
It's all too high, a too high look, 4-3 with too high out of Hesperia, and those safeties aren't helping them on the run, so they only have 7 in the box. It's a short box.
So Coleman's already guaranteed about 4 or 5 yards.
They're going to have to find a way to get 8th guy in the box or get those safeties up and get them involved.
And there's a little swing handoff to number 24, Eric Zambrano, and he'll get taken down just short of the sticks.
It looked like a fly sweep or a jet sweep play. Looked like they might have had something out there, but Hesperia did a pretty good job closing the gap there. That looked like that might be a big play. And the Hesperia secondary ran him down, made a short gain, put him in a 3rd down.
3rd and 2 now, 35-yard line. Out of the shotgun again is Tamink. And the handoff to Coleman is up the middle. And it looks like he might have gotten stopped, but we'll see. It's going to be close.
If they mark it on the top guy's spot, it's a first down. If they mark it on the guy on our sideline spot, it's a yard short.
It is. This is
so
true.
We'll see which foot they go with.
Looks like they're going to call an official timeout. It might be the chains. Yeah, they're going to bring the chains out here.
It looks like it. I think it's going to be a first down. I think it's pretty close, but it looks like they gave
because it looked like they took the guy on the far side field
spot,
which was very generous. I mean, compared to the guy on our side.
Yeah, they were a yard apart. They were literally a yard apart. So if they would have gone with the guy on this side, it would have been a yard short. It would be 4th and 1. But it looked like where they marked it, it's going to be a first down, or at least it's going to be within an inch or 2.
And it will be, it's close. Oh,
really close.
A first down. And about a couple inches there.
Yeah, that's one of those link plays. You're within a link or 2. Usually when you're at home, you got a better chance of getting those links than when you're on the road. Summit gets the link, has a first down and 10.
So 1st and 10 now here on the 33-yard line. 5:28 here in the first quarter. 0-0 is the score. Hesperia against Summit. 2 turnovers already, 2 fumbles by both teams after driving, really, in each other's territory. So here's
like Summit going to their goal line package. You could tell something was up because they huddled.
And it looks like it'll be a handoff to the fullback up the middle, and he'll be a little scramble there. Still standing.
Looked like that was a dive option play, and it looked like Tamink wanted to pull the ball. It looked like he wanted to pull it and run.
It looks like that guy pulled it from him.
The fullback stayed on it. That's one of the challenges of the option. If you're the running back, you have to have a light hold on the ball. When the quarterback tries to pull it, you have to let him. Look like Tamink wanted to pull the ball.
And I wonder how much they practice that, because it seems like every play is at a shotgun. So
that's a great point.
That's
a great point.
They probably don't really have each other's.
My college coach, Rick Candell, used to say there's nothing worse than running a little option.
Exactly.
You either got to run a lot of option or no option.
Exactly, because that's a tough play to master. So now Tamink back at the shotgun here, 2nd and 6 on the 29-yard line. He'll go back to throw over the middle to number 8, and that'll be a first down for Summit.
And a lot of the damage so far for Summit has been done by the slot receivers. You know, they've been able to throw the ball in the slot, and that has hurt. It hasn't as much been Johnson, who you expect as the outside guy. It's been the slot guys that are doing the damage.
So 1st and 10 now on Hesperia's 21. Summit here driving. Tamink again out of the shotgun. Looks to change the play.
It's like a new cover for Hesperia. They look like maybe in a man coverage look now.
And it looks like he's in a little trouble, and he will be put down. Maybe he might have got a yard gain there.
Looked like Hesperia changed up the coverage. They went to a man coverage package. They've been mostly covered 2, a little bit of quarters. Went to a man package there, and it looked like maybe it confused them. They might even have walked out and kind of had a double team on the single side receiver. Looked like they might have had 2 over here. So we'll see if Summit's able to take advantage. They have cover, really essentially cover 0, no safety help to the field. Might try to throw it up there now.
2nd and 10 now. Hesperia's 21-yard line. The snap, handoff to Coleman, and he's wrapped up right away for a loss of yardage there, and that's great defense there by Hesperia.
Yeah, the blitzing backer, Joseph Mock, got him. You know, his read told him to hand the ball. The defensive end stayed outside. His read told him to hand the ball, but it didn't account for the blitzing linebacker who came through almost untouched. And Summit's going to be a 3rd and long. I think we're going to see Tamink maybe try to throw for it here.
Tavon Johnson, that's what I would call. 3rd and 12 now after the loss of 2. Tamink steps back, looks right, looks left, fumbling over the middle, and it's dropped by number 7, Stephen Martin.
Blown coverage by Hesperia. Really good play design by Summit. Summit had great play design there. The running back released to that side, to the man cover side, drew one of the man guys in a switch, and no one picked up the number 3 receiver coming across. Tamink didn't see him on time. He saw him late. Really good play design. Just weren't able to execute. They may come back to it. If they come right back to it, I'm not sure they'll cover it. I'm sure.
Well, it looks like they might going here at 4th down now, 4th and 12. And Tamink out of the shotgun again. It's going for it. No field goal here. Tamink steps back, rolls right, looking to throw to Johnson. But instead he'll throw it to number 8, who's been the number 1 guy. And he will get a first down. And a nice little play there.
That was a nice throw and a nice catch. And Tamink took a shot on that play, but threw a really good ball and then a great catch by the receiver in the flat. And really, again, it's the slot receivers that have been doing the damage for Summit.
So 1st and goal now here on the 7-yard line. And it looks like now they will huddle. So maybe a goal line package here,
maybe
Vinny.
Back to their goal line package.
And it looks like that's exactly what will happen. So under center is Tamink. 1st and goal, 0-0. And that'll be a handoff to number 7, Stephen Martin, and he will get tackled about the 3-yard line.
Looked like Summit outnumbered them on the point of attack. They had extra guys, and it looked like there was really going to be something there. And then the safety came down out of nowhere and made a nice tackle in the open field. That looked like it was going to be a touchdown from here.
So 2nd and goal now on the 4-yard line. So again in the goal line here is Summit. 2 backers with a running back in the back. And it looks like it'll be another handoff to Martin, and he will scamper in for a touchdown. And just like that, 6-0, Summit lead, and a great drive there, Vinny.
The same play the other way. They came back to the same play, a good call by the Summit offensive staff. And it was there again. The safety tried to come downhill, but this time Martin made him miss. Made a little sidestep, made the safety miss, and was able to get into the end zone. So really good drive, big 4th down and 12 conversion. You know, if you're Hesperia, you got to be frustrated with that. You can't allow teams to convert 4th and 12. So able to convert that 4th and long, and there they go.
So looks like Fernando Amana will come in for the extra point here for Summit. And it's good. Nice little chip shot there for Amana. So 7-0 here with 1:48 left in the 1st quarter. Summit leading Hesperia. And what does Hesperia need to do here
Well, they're going to have to get something going on offense. They've really had nothing going. You know, the first play, LaVey Williams was able to get in the open field. But other than that, they've gone backwards on all of their offensive plays. And you know, they're getting controlled on the line of scrimmage a little bit. And so far, you know, LaVar's has not shown the ability to throw them out of any kind of loaded box defense. And so if that's the case, it's going to be hard. I mean, they're going to have to get something going offensively. Otherwise, you know, Summit is too good on offense. You're going to have to match their scores at some point, or you're going to get left in the dust, and that's what's happening to them right now. Hey, our fearless leader over to Royal Valley tells me 8-0 San Bernardino. 8-0 San Bernardino, the Cardinals. Cardinal City taking the lead over there.
Pep's happy about that. He's a San Bernardino. He's a San Bernardino boy.
Pep loves Cardinal City, man.
It's all about Cardinal City. So Summit will be kicking off here. 7-0, they lead here with 1:48 in the first quarter. Back again for Hesperia, LaVey Williams, and Christian Trimble, I'm guessing.
Massey, I think it's Miles Massey.
Is that a 6 or a 4? Or a 7. It is a 7. Miles Massey.
He's going to get a shot.
And Miles Massey will take it from the 10-yard line. He'll cut up the field to the left, cutting back to the right. Past the 40, 45, breaking tackles over past the 50-yard line, and that is a great return by Miles Massey.
Well, I guess that's why Miles Massey's back there.
Yeah.
He looked pretty good. He hit that fast at going downhill and then made a couple little spins. That looked like a video game run. A little spin and a little L1, R1. And up the field over the 50, right to the 50.
It broke about three or four tackles there. So a great return there for Hesperia, just what they needed after giving up a touchdown. 1st and 10 on the 50-yard line. And coming back out is Hayden LaVars. Again in the pistol is Hesperia. LaVars takes a snap, hands off to Williams, and he's in the backfield for a loss of 4.
They just got no push inside. They're trying to run all the run plays are inside right now. They haven't been able to threaten Summit to the perimeter. Everything's inside, and right now they just don't have any push there. The Summit interior defensive line's pushing them back, and the linebackers are running through and making plays. They just don't have any push inside.
Well, it's like we were talking about it. Young quarterback. There needs to be some balance, passing and rushing, and it's almost like Summit already is guaranteed. They know that they're going to hand the ball off to Williams. So 2nd and 13. On Hesperia's 47-yard line. The snap again in the pistol. It looks like a busted play, but LaVars will take it back and throw it in, and it'll be dropped by number 28, Manuel Bowen.
Well, he put a good throw on him. You know, LaVars put a good throw there. I'm not sure that I'm not sure that play went the way they wanted it to go. It looked like he play action faked, and there was nobody over there.
I don't think Bowen expected the ball to come to him either. I think the play was kind of busted.
Yeah, bought time and made a decent throw.
He did.
They got to catch that. I mean, that ball's got to be caught. That's an opportunity to make a play for your young quarterback. They don't make it, and now they're in 3rd and 13.
So, yes, 3rd and 13 on Hesperia's 47-yard line. Again in the pistol. Coming in motion is Milton Woodson, but a throws it up to Bowen again, but this one will be a little bit long there on the left side of the field, and an incomplete pass will make it 4th and 13.
Yeah, right now Hesperia's a long way away on offense. You know, they don't look like a comfortable group. You know, they don't look comfortable. They're not able to really get anything going. They've tried to get in the pass game, but really doesn't look like the timing's there right now in that. Their interior run since the first play has really been shut down, so doesn't look like a comfortable offensive team right now. And they're going to have to, they're going to have to find something. They're going to have to figure out what they can do. Otherwise, they're going to put a lot of pressure on that defense.
So the punt team's out here, and a bad snap, and it gets past the punter, but he's going to have to pick it up and try to run with it, and he'll be taken down at their own 30-yard line, and now Summit will have fantastic field position.
Yeah, we talked about the good snap on the first punt. Well, he got a bad snap on that one. And then, one thing you work on with the punter, and again, it's a hard thing to do, but once he broke contain there, he needs to kick the ball. Get the ball out of there. You're not going to run for 45 yards and a first down. You're the punter. So you need to get it out of there and at least give your defense some field to defend. But the ball now is going to be at the 29-yard line, and so now you don't have a lot of field to defend if you're the Hesperia defense.
So here comes Tamink back out for Summit. 7-0 they lead. 1st and 10 on Hesperia's 29-yard line. He's at the shotgun. Gets the snap. Hands off to Coleman, the running back, and he cuts back up the field for about a 4-yard gain.
Coleman looks decent.
For a linebacker.
Yeah, for a kid that we're not even sure was a running back until today. He made a pretty good run there. He gets his pads down. He made a nice little move. He looked good.
So 2nd and 6 now on Hesperia's 25-yard
2 tight ends now for Summit. They've gotten out of their spread. They're into a double tight end offense. Looks like one of the 2 went off sides.
Yep. That's why they don't do that.
I guess that's why they're a spread team.
Switched it up, and that's what happens. So that'll be a false start there. So that'll take them back 5 yards. Back to where they started, the 30-yard line.
That's frustrating as a coach because you're in 2nd and 5, 2nd and 6, which is where you want to be, and now all of a sudden you're in 2nd and 11, which is where you don't want to be. So frustrating for the coaches.
Mink back out of the shotgun. He'll throw fast to Johnson out to the right side, and he'll cut back up the field and be taken down and again about the 25, 24-yard line. So they're back to where they were on 2nd down.
Good pursuit by the Hesperia defense there. Looked like there was something there. Looked like someone had numbers out there, and they whipped it out there to Johnson. Looked like they might have a play there, but give Hesperia credit, man. They ran pretty hard to get out there and made a short game.
And now we'll end the first quarter as Summit leads 7-0. And as we have a little break here, we'd like to recognize Riverside TV, Hillcrest versus Notre Dame. Our own Jeff Gorham and Ghazal Hassan will have that game, so be on the lookout for that game. Sports Weekly live on IEMG every Friday, 11 p.m. with scores, highlights. So every Friday night, Pep will be there, IEMG, all of the high school scores and highlights. Be able to check that out. And next Inland Sports Radio broadcast is next week, next Thursday, La Sierra against Rubidoux. And that'll be exciting because 2 good teams there, Vinny.
Well, looks like La Sierra might be a little bit improved. An impressive first win for La Sierra, 31-0 over San Bernardino. And Gabriel Simmons, who's a 3-year starter at running back, had a big game. Looks like they might have found another running back in a kid named Lamar Gaines, over 100 yards on like 8 carries. So maybe Gary Headland's found something there in the run game at La Sierra, and look like maybe they're playing a little better defense, get a shutout in the first game. So we'll see. Rubidoux will be a good test for them. La Sierra had an extra week to prepare. They're off this week. But Rubidoux will be a good test. You always know Rubidoux is going to be physical and nasty under the Thompsons. And so that'll be a good challenge for La Sierra.
Pep's probably upset that you threw out Cardinal Nation there under the bus, losing 31-0.
I did. Pep is a big Cardinal City guy. So.
All right, so I'm back here again to Mink, 25-yard line, 3rd down and 6 here.
Double tight again.
Shotgun.
They got him to go offsides.
Offsides, dang.
Not sure if that's a no play, come up with no play and just see if you can draw them offsides, or if that was if they actually had a play and it was on 2. Looked like maybe a no play there.
Was that Aaron Rodgers we see over there?
Yeah, it looked like maybe a no play there, and they got him, and now the goal line boys, big boys, come onto the field for a 3rd and 1.
3rd and 1 on the 20-yard line, Hesperia's 20-yard line. So driving again here in Summit, as they had good field position after the missed punt by Hesperia. So again in the goal line here, under center is Mink. He'll hand off to number 7, Stephen Martin, and it looks like he got tripped out, but I don't think he got that.
There was a hole there. But a good fill by the Hesperia linebacker kind of stopped the blockers in the hole a little bit, and then the back Martin wasn't able to get his feet, lost his feet, and I don't think he got anything. I think he's right back in line of scrimmage.
No gain, 4th and 1, still on the 20-yard line, and it looks like again will be the goal line package for Summit. Mink under center. Nice and fast handoff to the fullback, and he'll easily get it as he's taken down. Well, he's now pushed back as they'll blow a whistle for forward contact.
Yeah, just a dive play there, and Summit's offensive line took over. Low man wins. They got low, and they knocked Hesperia back off the ball, and that's their 2nd 4th down conversion to keep a drive going. So 2 big 4th down conversions. This one, of course, a little easier than the 4th and 12. But, 4th down conversions are big. That's like a turnover.
So now on the 18th-yard line, 1st and 10 is Summit. It's Mink out of the shotgun again. He passing gets hammered, and it's picked off by Hesperia as the ball was tipped. And number 23, LaVey Williams. LaVey Williams.
46, Valdivia, was the linebacker that came through on the blitz, and he came through untouched. I mean, like a freight train running through there. And Mink didn't have any time. Took a big shot. Ball came straight up in the air, and Summit's lucky that LaVey Williams wasn't able to take off running after the catch. He's the one guy you don't want to have the ball in his hands, but luckily for Summit, he kind of had to delay to catch the ball. They're able to get over there and tackle him.
So second turnover for Summit here, and now Hesperia will start their drive. 1st and 10 on their own 21st yard line. So Hayden LeVar's back out in the pistol, coming in motion, handing off to LaVey Williams, and he again gets maybe a yard or two.
Well, it looks like they're trying to run some option concepts, but it does not look like the quarterback is pulling the ball. So I don't know if they're telling him not to or if he's missing reads. But this is the 2nd or 3rd time where, it's an option play. They're leaving an unblocked D lineman. That D lineman is closing and taking the running back, and the quarterback's not pulling the ball. So, in that way, if you're going to run option, you have to have that option of the quarterback pulling the ball. Otherwise, you got to block everybody.
That's why it's called a read option,
That's
right?
That's why it's a read option.
2nd and 9 now on the 22-yard line. Again in motion. LeVar's pulls this one, and he's confusing. Looks like it was a forward shuffle pass, but it worked out barely.
The defensive end almost intercepted that pitch.
I think he was confused on what just happened, and I think that's why it got past him, because he didn't know what just happened.
Yeah, you see that in practice when you're running against a scout team. You see the defensive end go up and intercept it, but you're like, that'll never happen in the real game.
That almost
happened right there. I mean, he was right there to catch that pitch.
My goodness, 3rd and 8 now, so a gain of 1 yard. Now on Hesperia's their own 23-yard line. Again in the pistol. Again in motion is Woodson. And LeVar's will step back. And we'll throw over the middle to Woodson. Woodson will make the catch, and he'll be taken down at about the 30-yard line. Big hit there by number 10, Philip Ortiz.
Big hit, great catch there by Woodson. It looks like they're going to have a first down. I thought he was short. But I think he might have got a beneficial spot. But great catch by Woodson in traffic. That's the best that LeVar's has looked right there. He stepped around pressure. He looked composed in the pocket and kept his eyes downfield. Found the receiver coming across the field, picked up a big first down.
Got to give it to the O-line, too. They kept him. That pressure wasn't
crazy.
They've
been solid in their pass pro for most of the game. The run blocking hasn't been as good, but in pass pro, the Hesperia line's been good so far.
So 1st and 10 here on the 31-yard line. Again in the pistol is Hesperia. In motion. And a handoff to LaVey Williams. He'll cut it back outside and cut it up the field past the 40, the 45 to the 50, back to the 45 to the 40, and out of bounds. And there's LaVey Williams that we like to see.
He's got some scooch when he gets the open field. Looks like there's a penalty on the field, and this might be a hold.
Looks like it's coming back. That's a bummer. Hesperia again cutting their drive short by mistakes.
Yeah, a lot of unforced errors so far by Hesperia, really, that have kind of shot themselves. That this is a great play, a great run, great jump cut there by Williams. Gets to the outside. He's got some scoot when he gets out there, and he's up the field. But instead of a 30, 35-yard gain, it ends up a 10-yard loss. You're in 1st and 20.
So a big hold there by the Scorpions, and now it'll be 1st and 20 back to their 21-yard line. And, maybe they should give LaVey Williams another opportunity to go outside. I feel like they're just running the ball up the middle, and he's getting swallowed up. Let him run outside and beat somebody.
It does look like that's where he could have some success. His speed around the Summit defense might be more effective than trying to run right at those interior linemen.
So here's a handoff to the running back, number 5. Number 5, Samari Jones-Griffin.
Only a sophomore back there. That's a good-looking kid for a sophomore.
Good-looking run there. He gets a run for about 6 gains.
They actually had a little movement there. They kind of had him walled off in the interior, and then a pretty aggressive run by Jones-Griffin.
2nd and 14 now on their own 27-yard line. 7-0. Summit leads here.
They have an uncovered
8:33
receiver
left.
out here.
LeVar steps back over the middle, and it's picked. Oh, it's dropped. It's dropped.
A lot of confusion by Summit on defense on that play. They actually left the receiver uncovered. Hesperia wasn't able to find him.
Yeah.
And then they tried to find the tight end on the drag, Sicarios, but he wasn't able to pull it in. He was open, and a pretty good throw there by LeVar.
Big boy, too.
Yeah.
I would use him more as
it's
how
hard.
big he is.
That the challenge, it's hard to find those guys in high school, those big tight ends that can catch. Right now we know he's a big tight end.
Yeah.
We're not sure if he can catch yet.
7-0, Summit leads. 8:24 left in the first half. LeVars will step back, throws fast to number 7, Miles Massey, and he'll get wrapped up at about the 32-yard line, and that'll be 4th down now, and it looks like the punt team will come back out for Hesperia.
Yeah, it's going to be hard for Hesperia to convert 1st and 20s. You know, I've coached teams like that. I've coached teams that you could pick that stuff up because you had dynamic players. It doesn't look like they're a team that's going to pick up a lot of 1st and 20s. So if they put themselves in 1st and 20, it's just going to be really hard for them. That they're really behind the 8 ball in terms of being able to have a chance to pick that up with a sophomore quarterback, young players in the pass game.
Stephen Martin back to return the punt for Summit. He's already scored a touchdown on the offensive side. A good punt there.
That's their best punt so far, yeah.
And it looks like it hit.
That might have hit a Summit player.
Oh, I thought it might have too.
Let's see what they say. I think that might be Hesperia's ball, they're saying.
But it looks like it's...
They're saying no.
Nope, it looks like it'll be Summit's
ball.
Looks
like it touched Hesperia first, what they're saying, so Summit's ball.
Summit's ball. On about the 36-yard line. So Summit will have one more chance here before halftime to extend their lead.
I got to think maybe going back to Coleman here, huh? Coleman's been effective. Maybe try to find something back in the run game.
He is their first down guy. They've usually gone to the run on first down. We'll see what he does. We'll see what they do right here with Tamink back at the shotgun. 1st and 10.
3 receivers this way, including both Palmer and Johnson, who have been the 2 big guns so far in the pass game.
Tamink fast there to Johnson again, outside, and he gets some room up the field past the 50, the 45 to the 40,
Whoa.
to 30, to 35 to 20 to 10, 5 touchdown. My goodness.
Yikes.
I had no idea that. I thought he was going to go out of bounds, and he just cut up the sideline, stayed inbounds, and a nice quick one-play touchdown for Summit.
You know, a really good job by the Hesperia safety coming down into the game with a chance that looked like he had a chance to make the play, but the corner lost leverage. And, as the corner, you have to make sure the ball turns inside where your safety help is. He let the ball get outside and run up the sideline, but, what that play really is just Johnson being a really fast guy. He got up that sideline, looked like a gazelle.
No one stopping him. Tavon Johnson, their number 1 guy, he showed why he is, and the extra point is good. And 14-0, just like that. Summit leads here with 7:23 left in the first half. And I'm still shocked that he stayed in bounds. I thought he was going out for sure.
He was really fast up that sideline. I mean, it looked like 2 or 3 guys had an angle on him that you thought were going to make the tackle, and all of a sudden he just ran right by all those guys.
I'm trying to say what yardage he's at, and you're just like, whoa, whoa, and I'm like, exactly. Like
he opened up that stride. He's a tall kid. He's a 6'2" kid. He's a tall kid, so once he opened up that stride, he really got going.
He was gone. So a quick one-play strike there for Summit to lead now, 14-0. And Hesperia has got to do something here. They got time now, since that was so fast. They got time to do something here in this first half to end it.
Well, and they showed some signs on offense on that last drive. They actually had a couple plays on offense that looked a little better. So they showed some signs, but they can't shoot themselves in the foot. They can't fumble the ball. They can't drop passes. They can't take sacks. I mean, they're doing the things that they just aren't going to be able to do. They're not going to be able to make unforced errors and continue and keep drives going against the Summit team. So they're going to have to limit that. But they did show some signs on that last drive.
Yeah, LeVars looks pretty composed in the pocket a couple plays, and that's what they're going to need him to do.
Yeah, and he's going to get better. I mean, he's going to get better as the game goes on. He's going to get better as the season goes. This kid's a sophomore. Most sophomores are playing in the JV games. Sophomores don't generally start at quarterback. So, he's going to get better.
And there's a pooch kick to Hesperia. He'll take it, and he'll be taken down at about their own 36-yard line.
That was the best execution so far by Summit of the pooch kick. Pretty good kick by the kickers, hung up in the air for a while. The coverage was able to get down there and make a play. That's the best kick coverage we've seen so far out of Summit tonight.
So 1st and 10 is Hesperia on their own 36-yard line. 14-0 Summit leads here, 7:16 left in the first half. Hayden LeVars has been the quarterback all game. Vinny thought it might have been Justin Hassan, but no sign of him.
We haven't seen Hassan at all. He's in his uniform, but we haven't seen him in the game or even kind of threatened like he's going in the game yet.
So LeVars was back to to number 7, Miles Massey, but he misses a little over his head.
Yeah, the throw is just high there. He's open. I mean, the receiver's open. And again, when you got a sophomore quarterback, you're just going to suffer through some mistakes. And he just missed the throw. He hit his step. He threw it on time. He threw it to the right guy. The guy was open. He just threw it over his head.
2nd and 10 now. LeVay Williams behind on the pistol, and he'll get the handoff here, and he'll be tackled for about a gain of 2 yards.
Good control there by Summit. Good defensive responsibility. Everybody playing their responsibility against the option game. Looked like maybe the inside run was going to be there, but the linebackers who had the dive filled it up, kept it to a 2-yard gain.
3rd and 8 now, ball on the 38-yard line. Hesperia again here in a 3rd down trouble. Let's see what they can do.
Yeah, you don't want to be the 3rd and 8s. 3rd and 8s are hard to convert. Not good for your percentage.
In the pistol again is LeVars. He'll take a step back, get a little pressure, throws it off his back foot and short of the tight end, Sicarios.
The first time LeVars has seen real pressure was on that play. Real pressure from the down guy.
Yeah,
it wasn't even a blitz. Just
edge.
Pressure from a down guy off the edge, beat his man, and put pressure on the quarterback, and he had to throw it before he was ready. He was trying to go to the tight end again. Kid was open. The big boy was open in the middle of the field. And again, Hesperia's short guys on the field on the punt. Looks like this time they're short 2 guys.
So another 3 and out here for Hesperia. They get their guys on the field, maybe. Well, they do now. Stephen Martin back to return for Summit. And let's see if they can get a good snap and a good punt again. Decent snap, good punt there. Martin looks like he might return this one. He fair catches and actually gets past him. Did it touch him? We don't know. And it looks like it did. And he's fumbling the ball, and it looks like Hesperia is falling on top of it down at like the 10-yard line.
Boy, a wild play there. Martin went over to try to field the punt. He was going to fair catch it. Looked like it clipped off his finger.
And Hesperia has taken control of the ball on Summit's 10-yard line.
That's a big play. I mean, this is a big play
mistake.
in the game. And now Summit's defense is going to have to rise up, try to force a field goal attempt. That's a really big play in this game, from looking like maybe Summit's on the verge of kind of, turning it into a game they're under control. And now all of a sudden, Hesperia down here inside the 10-yard line.
Steve Martin looked like he was going to fair catch it, and he dropped the ball, and it got
here
past
he
him.
Here's Hassan in the game for the first time.
Oh, and there it is. Justin Hassan under center. Handoff there to Williams. Cuts up, breaks a couple tackles, and he's tackled down at about the 2-yard line. So just like that, it's 14-0. Summit's going to get the ball. And now Hesperia's on the 2-yard line.
That's just your old school power play there. Just man on man, pull the backside guard, kick out with the fullback, and run the power right in the lane. And, they're down inside an 8-yard gain there.
2nd and goal.
They may come right back to it.
And it's looking like a quarterback sneak, and it's Hassan, and it looks like he will be short. Yep, on the 1-yard line. 1-yard line. So here's a big play in the game right here. 14-0. Summit leads.
Well, you got to think it's a 2-down situation to score if you're Hesperia, right? You're going to go for this. They got 2 downs. Summit's going to have to really, really dig down deep and see if they can make some kind of a play here and get them get them off that line. I mean, that ball's right on the goal line.
I wouldn't be surprised if you see another quarterback sneak here. 3rd and goal. Hassan again, quarterback sneak, and it looks like he will get in. Touchdown, Hesperia. And just like that, 14-7, Summit leads. But a huge mishap on special teams. Comes back and bites Summit in the butt. And Hesperia now 14-6 with the extra point pending here.
Great job by Hesperia offense, being able to convert that into a touchdown. That's a big time for them. It's just a mistake. It's just a mistake by Martin. He didn't mean to do it. He was trying to make a play. He was trying to put him in better field position. He just made a mistake, and Hesperia is able to capitalize on it.
And he misses the extra point, that's a big miss there.
Yeah, that could be a play that, in high school football,
you'd
be surprised how many
times
that those plays make a difference. Those missed PATs, can be the difference in a game.
So 14-6, is the score. 5 minutes left, so still a lot of time for Summit to put some more points on the board. Hesperia has had some trouble stopping them, but they have forced 2 turnovers.
Yeah, and again, Summit has moved the ball, pretty efficiently up and down the field, but 2 turnovers, both kind of going in to score. One inside the 20 and one inside the 35. And Summit's going to have to get that under control. They're not going to be able to continue to turn the ball over, not just in this game, but throughout the season. I mean, you can't have, 2 turnovers is a lot for a whole game. You can't turn the ball over and expect to achieve the goals that Summit has set for itself as a program.
Stephen Martin and Eric Zambrano are back to return the kick here. Hesperia ready to kick off. 14-6, Summit leads. 5 minutes left in the first half.
Is the kicker on the field?
I don't see the kicker.
Everybody's on the field but the kicker.
Looks like JP Monsov will be the kicker here. Has he always been the kicker? I thought it was 12.
12 is the punter for sure.
So maybe they
got a kickoff specialist.
Yeah, maybe they do. Let's see how special
This is something
Monsov
Summit does really well. Summit is a good kickoff return team.
And a pooch kick there. And it hits the ground and gets past Martin again. And he'll turn around and put it upfield and get tackled about. Oh, look, maybe a face mask there.
That is the perfect kick on the pooch. It hits the ground and it bounces. The football is oddly shaped. You don't know where it's going to bounce. It's not like any other ball where you can kind of predict it. And it hit and just skipped right by the return man.
And Steve Martin's had a couple mishaps here on one on the punt return and now there, but he recovered very nicely. And
that one wasn't really his fault. I mean, that's a hard ball to field. Yeah, that was just a really good kick. Looks like it's going to be a hold against Summit. So that's going to pin them even deeper in their own end, maybe inside their own 20. They're going to have a lot of field to cover here, but still a lot of time, 4 minutes and 58 seconds and a half.
Again, don't forget to check out the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 a.m., Saturdays at 11 a.m. with Pep Fernandez. This week we will have Cajon football on with us, and that is always exciting.
I think Cajon's off this week, but they got a big game with Marietta Valley coming up here in a week or two.
Marietta Valley, they're no slump. So here's Tamink. Back out of the shotgun. He'll hand off to Coleman. Coleman will break a tackle, cut back to the left side and cut upfield and be taken down, but brought down from behind, and a great tackle there because that could have been bad.
Yeah, it looked like there was some room there for Coleman to run, but just got his ankle from the backside, prevented that from being a big play.
So three-yard gain.
I like Coleman. He looks good. I think Summit may have found their running back.
3-yard gain there. We got papers flying everywhere with the wind. 2nd and 7, 22-yard line. Tamink will take it. Pump fake.
Oh, he's open.
And he'll go wide over the middle to Coleman out of the backfield, and that'll be a great pass there by Tamink and a 25-yard gain.
That was a fake of the screen that they ran to Johnson for the touchdown. They pump faked the screen and ran Coleman up the field, and he was wide open. Now, this may be some kind of a junk play. They got 2 quarterbacks in the backfield at the same time.
Nathan Flores comes out right next to Tamink. Yeah, the shotgun, 4 wide receiver set. Tamink will throw fast outside to Palmer, and he'll just lay down and catch it and be touched for about a 4-5 yard gain.
Yeah, you had a lot of space out there. You'd like to have a throw and a catch where you can catch that and run. It looked like he might have short-armed it just a little bit, and Palmer had to go down to get it. And it only ends up being a 5-yard gain, 4-yard gain instead of what could have been a big gain.
2nd and 6, Tamink rolls out, fast pass to number 24, Zambrano. He'll take it up the field, past the 40-yard line, and be taken down about the 39. So another first down, and Summit's working fast here with only 3:30 left in the first half.
That's an excellent throw by Tamink on the move. Good job by Summit moving the pocket, getting him out of the pocket, and he put the throw right there onto Zambrano where he could catch it and run, and they got a big gain, first down at the 40 going in.
1st and 10 here on Hesperia's 40-yard line. Tamink again at a shotgun, 4 receiver set. And looks like a timeout will be called by Hesperia. So Summit's working down the field. Nice passes by Tamink. Now let's see if maybe they can do something here before the half ends.
This is where they've been getting into trouble. They've been getting the ball down here, but this is where they've been getting into trouble. So it'll be interesting to see, if they can convert this. Their touchdown has been on a big play. be interesting to see if they can convert this drive.
Don't forget to check out Riverside TV tomorrow. Hillcrest versus Notre Dame. Our own Jeff Gorham and Ghazal Hassan will be calling that game. Sports Weekly live on IEMG every Friday night, 11 p.m. with Pep Fernandez for your highlights and scores all around the Inland Empire in high school football. And don't forget, our next Inland Sports broadcast will be next Thursday, La Sierra against Rubidoux. Hopefully, La Sierra will show Rubidoux what they can do. Rubidoux's tough.
Yeah, that should be a good one. I mean, from what we're hearing, I think San Bernardino was ahead 14-0 against the Royal Valley. So San Bernardino, maybe is a little bit better than people thought, and La Sierra handled them pretty good last week. So you have to think maybe La Sierra is an improved team. Maybe they're a team on the rise. They'll definitely get tested. Rubidoux's a good football team.
So Temink back out there in shotgun, 14-6. Summit leads, 3:19 left in the first half. 1st and 10. Temink gets the snap, takes it back, nice little swing pass to Coleman outside. He'll pick up the 40, past the 35, and break a couple tackles and get to the 30-yard line. So it looks like maybe another first down, maybe 2nd and inches here.
I'll tell you what, I like Coleman, man. He catches the ball to the backfield. He runs hard. He protects the football. He's a good back.
So it'll be 2nd and inches here. Ball on the 30-yard line. Temink again in shotgun. Another quick passer to Johnson. He'll get a first down and get out of bounds. So they'll move the sticks there. 2:45
That was pretty good
here.
cover by Mikey Massey, brother, I assume, of Miles Massey.
Or cousin.
Or cousin or whatever, or maybe unrelated. But a pretty good play there. But good, strong hands by Johnson, because Massey got there right when the ball did. Looked like he might be able to knock it out. But Johnson squeezed it tight and got a first down.
Johnson 6'2". Big boy. Long. And we already saw his long strides as he took that.
Oh, he's a long strider.
Ball 60 yards
what
up
they call
the
a long
sideline.
strider.
1st and 10.
Looked like we're having some trouble with the spotting of the football. Looked like we misspotted the ball, but I think we got it now. Ball's at about the 26 going in.
1st and 10, 26-yard line, 2:23 left in the first half. Summit leads Hesperia 14-6. Temink again in the shotgun. Next to him's Coleman. He'll take the snap. Another quick little pump fake to Johnson, but he'll throw it over his head, and it looks like that'll be PI.
Yeah, I think he got grabbed. I think he was open. Good route on the hitch and go there by Johnson. And I don't think they needed to grab him. Massey grabbed him, but they actually had a safety over the top. There was a guy there in coverage.
That's
I don't
a
think
really
he
hard
needed
throw
to
for
reach
Temink.
out and grab him, but it's hard when you feel like a guy's running by you.
Exactly.
It's hard not to
Your
reach your
first
hand out
instinct
there.
is to grab him.
So, especially when it's that guy. You see that fast guy running by you. It's hard not to reach out there.
So that'll be a 15-yard penalty, and that'll take the ball to about
Probably be half the distance here, right?
yeah, because they're past the 20-yard
inside
line.
that zone. Looks like the ball's going to be spotted about the 15-yard line. 13-yard line. We're having some issues with this today. It should be the 13. It was 13. At the 26.
13-yard line.
Double tight, back to their two tight end formation. Johnson in the slot up top. Wonder if they're sneaking him in there for a reason, or if that's just where he's going to line up on this play.
Coleman right next to Temink. Out of the shotgun, he'll take the snap, hand off to Coleman, and Coleman will get wrapped up as soon as he gets the ball.
And not a lot he could do on that play. They were coming off of both edges. They missed a couple blocks there.
Hesperia closed the gap very well
there.
Yeah,
good defense by Hesperia. They got to Coleman before he had any chance to do anything.
Update on the San Bernardino Royal Valley game. San Bernardino leads 14-0 now. So Cardinal City over there.
Pep is going to be fired up, man.
Pep's so excited. He's jumping for joy.
Well, under a minute and 45 to go, so this is a big drive here. 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 on the 13. Temink out of shotgun. Takes it back, and it looks like might be a false start.
I think it's on Johnson. I think it's on the receiver. Maybe that's why he's so fast. Maybe he's leaving early every time. But I think he took off a little bit early and got caught.
So 5.
Looked like they were going to throw it to him, too. Looked like he was going to run the post route. They were going to throw him the ball.
He just got a little too excited. 5-yard penalty there. 2nd and 15 on the 18.
And we're going to get under a minute and 30 here, so not really a need to have a sense of urgency. Still got a little bit of, minute 28, minute 27.
Still got 3 timeouts.
And your timeouts, but might have to get going here. They're going to want some plays.
Tamink in the shotgun again. Coleman right next to him. The snap, slant over the middle,
That's
and a great catch there. Great ball and a touchdown. Summit caught by Joshua Hornsby, and that's his first catch of the night, and what a big one there.
That was a great throw by Tamink. He put that ball right on him, caught the snap. That was the same post play they were going to throw the play before to Johnson. They throw it to the wide side of the field, to Hornsby, and that's a great throw. Now, good job by Hornsby. Big hands, squeezing the ball and getting into the end zone. But that play really is for the quarterback. Tamink put a great throw on him.
And the extra point looks like switching something up. Offsides. So last play was offsides was called, but they declined that free play for a touchdown. Now the extra point here for Almana. And he looks to be in.
It bounced through.
Bounced off the right post, in through the uprights. Summit will lead now 21-6 with 1:12 left here in the first half. Let's see what Hesperia can do.
Yeah, you got to call bank on that one.
Yeah, seriously.
Off the glass and in. You don't see that very often on a PAT. You don't see it hit and go through.
Yeah, if it hits, it usually doesn't go in if it hits. So back will be Macy and LeVay Williams. Macy had a huge return last kickoff, going 50 yards. So Amana will come back out here, put the ball down to kick. Macy Williams back. 1:12, first half, 21-6. Summit lead the Hesperia Scorpions. Scorpions. I like that mascot. It's different.
Old school.
Old school. And the kick. And a nice little squib kick up the middle. And nice little hop there for Williams. He'll take it at the 5-yard line. Come up the field, cut back, break a tackle. Past the 25, and still alive on his feet past the 30, 35, and he'll take it out of bounds. I thought he got wrapped up there at about the 25, but he snuck out.
Yeah, they had good coverage. They just didn't tackle. They had 2 or 3 opportunities to make the tackle down inside the 30-yard line, but Williams is elusive. He's a good little player, and he was able to step his way out and get going up the sideline.
Yeah, that's been the 3rd time today we thought Williams was wrapped up, and he just bounces outside and gets 20 more yards. So 1st and 10 on Summit's 39-yard line. Hesperia's got to go fast here with 1 minute and 1 second left. LeVar's back out to quarterback in the pistol. He'll take the snap, step back, swing pass out to Williams. And Summit looks like they got it pretty much handled under control there. It looks like he did with
I think that swing pass is a designed swing screen, but it just doesn't look right. They've tried to run it 2 or 3 times, and it just looks very telegraphed. It's very easy to see what's coming, and Summit's been able to kind of determine what was happening and get out there. So I'm not sure that that's running exactly the way that they drew it up.
So a gain of 1 yard there. 2nd and 9 on Summit's 40-yard line. Hesperia's 40-yard line. Pardon me. 55 seconds left in the first half. LeVar steps back, throws deep to Woodson. It's kind of short. It's almost picked off by the Summit corner there.
Yeah, you had a switch route there by the 2 receivers. You had a post from the outside receiver, a corner from the inside receiver, Woodson. Tried to throw the corner, but the ball was just in the air for a really long time. And they're really lucky that Martin didn't intercept that ball. He got his hands on it, knocked it down. If he'd intercepted it, there was no one out there. It was just running forever.
That's pick 6.
Yeah, that's a pick 6 for Stephen Martin. So lucky, Hesperia's lucky that ended up the way it did. And it looks like they're going to call their final time out of the half here on 3rd down.
21-6. So we want to thank our sponsors here as we got a little timeout break. Spoiled, quick quality oil change. You'll be spoiled by their excellent customer service and great prices. Check them out off Alessandra Boulevard. Spoiled, a huge thanks to Bill Navigato and his team at Spoiled, who are dedicated to local sports in the Inland Empire. Ken Sporting Goods, more than 40 years in the Inland Empire and still donating, taking care of all your sports gear needs, plus Letterman's jackets. They even helped the Los Sierra Eagles design a new logo and produce new uniforms. Check out kensportinggoods.com. Boost Performance Training. Athletes of all levels need to check out Boost Performance Training in Corona. Coach Ray Bass and his team bring experience, passion, and commitment to grooming great athletes. They train athletes in all sports, football, baseball, track, lacrosse. Check out boosttrainingsystems.com. Speaking of La Sierra, we will have our next Inland Sports broadcast, La Sierra versus Ribideau, next Thursday. Be able to check it out here on the Inland Sports YouTube channel. Don't forget. And don't forget to check out the Inland Sports Show, Fox Sports IE, 1350 a.m. every Saturday at 11 a.m. This week, Cajon Football will be joining us, so be able and be wanting to come and join us there on 1350 a.m. So here comes back out Hesperia after the timeout. 3rd and 9, 49 seconds left.
Maybe they have a draw or a screen dialed up here, some kind of a safer play.
I haven't seen Woodson. He was the big guy last week. I haven't really seen anything from him today. They haven't really gone to him. Maybe they're going to go to him here to have a big play. 3rd and 9 in the pistol. And it looks like it's just going to be a handoff to Williams, and it's kind of surprising to Hesperia. He'll get about 6 yards and be taken down.
Well, interesting to see if Summit uses a timeout or not here. Looks like Summit is not going to use a timeout. And if they don't, Hesperia can run the half. Maybe he'll run the half all the way out. So interesting decision by Summit if they want to try to make them punt the ball. But it doesn't look like they do. Looks like we're going to be able to get to the half if they don't use a timeout.
Looks like Hesperia 4th and 4 is just going to go for it for one last Hail Mary call here to end the half.
I think they're going to go to the locker room. I don't think they're going to run anything. I think they're happy that Summit's not calling a timeout.
Yep, looks like that's exactly what will happen as time is run out here in the first half. Summit leads 21-6. And Vinny, as we close out halftime, we begin halftime, positives, negatives, both sides. What do you think?
Well, I think you saw the athleticism of Summit. You saw the athleticism of Johnson. You saw the athleticism of Coleman. They still have some athletes here. There's no Stephen Carr, but they still have some guys here. I think you saw that. I think you saw the composure of Tamink and him able to make throws and make plays, get him in the right plays. A couple of unforced errors on their part. And then, I thought really dominance by the interior defensive line of Summit, controlling that and not allowing Hesperia to get anything going there. So, I think if you're Summit, you got to be pretty happy. The 2 turnovers are the only thing, if you're Coach Matheny, you're really looking at a game where you could be up 35-6 if you don't turn the ball over, twice going in.
This is true. And for Hesperia down 15 coming out of halftime, what do they got to do?
Well, I think they did some good things too. I think you're playing a young quarterback, and when you're playing a sophomore quarterback, he's going to make some mistakes, and you're going to have to live with it. But he got better as the half went on. He made a couple really good throws, made a couple good decisions on the option there. LaVey Williams has some talent. They've got some talent there. It's just, it's hard when you got a young quarterback. Sometimes you got to suffer through some mistakes, and he's made a couple mistakes that if he would have made those plays, they might have had a chance to get another score or two.
Well, we're going to take a break here during halftime, but make sure to come back and check out the second half. 21-6, Summit leads here against Hesperia, and we'll be back right after half.
Welcome to the local sports leader in the Inland Empire, the Inland Sports Show. You can find us on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM every single Saturday at 11 a.m. plus live and amplified around the world on the Inland Sports channel on YouTube. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button.
This is Kenny Clark from the Green Bay Packers, and you're watching the Inland Sports Show.
Inland Sports is the undisputed sports leader in the IE and two-time finalist for the top TV radio show in the Inland Empire, thanks to our big-name guests, exclusive interviews, video highlights, and of course, nobody breaks more news than Inland Sports. Hosted by Big Salty Jeff Gorham and the IE Media Personality of the Year, Pep Fernandez, honored by the CIF Southern Section.
Welcome back to this Thursday night high school football matchup between the Summit Skyhawks and the Hesperia Scorpions. Summit leading 21-6 here, just coming to the end of halftime. But first, I'd like to thank our sponsors here at the Inland Sports Channel. Spoiled, quick quality oil change. You'll be spoiled by excellent customer service and great prices. Check them out off Alessandra Boulevard. Spoiled. A huge thanks to Bill Navigato and his team at Spoiled, who are dedicated to local sports in the Inland Empire. Ken Sporting Goods, more than 40 years in the Inland Empire and still dominating, taking care of all your sports gear needs, plus Letterman's jackets. They even helped the La Sierra Eagles design a new logo and produce new uniforms. Check out kensportinggoods.com. Boost Performance Training. Athletes of all levels need to check out Boost Performance Training in Corona. Coach Ray Bass and his team bring experience, passion, and commitment to grooming great athletes. They train athletes in all sports: football, baseball, track, lacrosse. Check out boosttrainingsystems.com. Don't forget the Inland Sports Show, Fox Sports IE 1350 AM every Saturday at 11 a.m. This week, Cone Football will be joining us and Pep Fernandez. Tomorrow, Riverside TV, Hillcrest versus Notre Dame. Our own Jeff Gorham and Ghazal Hassan will have the call for that game. Be sure to check it out. Sports Weekly live on IEMG every Friday night with Pep Fernandez for your scores and highlights of football throughout the Inland Empire. And next Inland Sports Radio broadcast will be next Thursday, La Sierra at Rubidoux, and also San Bernardino Valley versus Mount Sac, September 2nd at 6 p.m. live on the IEMG YouTube channel. Be sure to check that out. Valley versus Mount Sac. It'll be a good one.
Hey, I'm on that game, man.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm going to wear a bow tie. I'm all set up, man. I got the bow tie. I'm picking out the bow tie. I haven't decided on which one yet.
If Vinny Fazio's on the call, you better be there.
Got an orange bow tie. I got a white bow tie. You know, I got a blue bow tie. So I got to decide. My wife's helping me out, but I got to decide on the bow tie and shirt combination for the San Bernardino Valley home opener in the new kind of redesigned San Bernardino Valley Stadium.
Well, I would go with the blue tie because San Bernardino Valley is blue.
That's a good idea.
I'm helping you out already, Vinny.
I appreciate that. Thank
You're welcome.
This is why I like to keep you around.
Exactly. So Summit Hesperia, 21-6. Summit scored right at the end of that first half after a huge play on the punt return by Summit, where Stephen Martin called for a fair catch, dropped the punt, and it bound forward toward the end zone. Hesperia picked it up on Summit's 10-yard line, took it in for a touchdown to make it 14-6, and then Summit turned it back around with about 5 minutes left in the half and scored again to make it 21-6. So, you know, we'll see what happens here in the second half.
Yeah, it'll be important for Hesperia to start fast. You know, they've got I think they're kicking the ball. I think Summit's going to have the ball first. And so that first drive is really going to go a long way to determining what's going to happen. You know, if Summit can take it down, get a couple of first downs, change field position, punt the ball deep, and even potentially score on that first drive, they can make it really hard. I don't envision a scenario where Hesperia can score 3 times. So if they can get up 3 scores, I think it's going to be really hard for Hesperia. Hesperia's going to have to try to get a stop, get some field position, and see if they can't make this a 1-score game as fast as possible.
Hey, look, excluding last year's Super Bowl, defense wins championships. And if this defense for Hesperia can come out here in this first drive and get a stop, I think it'll be huge for Hesperia to turn the momentum back in their favor.
Yeah, this is the time. I mean, this is the time. They're going to have to get it right now. If Tamink's able to do his thing, if they're able to get Johnson the ball, get Coleman going, and go down and get a score, like I said, the way the Summit defense is playing, I think it's a tall order to ask the Hesperia team to score 3 touchdowns and a half. So this, 2 touchdowns and a half, you never know. That's doable. But I think 3.5 is a tall order at this point. So we'll see. This is a big drive. The first drive, the second half is always a big drive, but in this game, I think it's a really big drive.
Summit with 2 turnovers, a fumble, and an interception. Hesperia with 1 turnover, just a fumble. And
then you got to talk about the fourth down conversions too.
Oh,
two big fourth down conversions
huge.
That led to scores. Two Summit scores came off of fourth down conversions that, if Hesperia, one was a 4th and 12, where if Hesperia is able to get off the field, it's a little bit of a different game. So, it's been there. There's been opportunities for Hesperia in this game, and they're just going to have to take advantage and make 1 or 2 more plays.
So here we go, the start of the second half. Lining up for the kickoff is Summit. Hesperia still huddled, ready to break right now and get this second half underway. 21-6, Summit leads here to start the second.
Again, this is something that Summit does really well. They return kicks. They spend a lot of time in the special teams, particularly in the kickoff return. So this is something that they are very comfortable doing, and they do very well.
Stephen Martin, Eric Zambrano will be back to return the kick. Hesperia has been doing the pooch kick the last 2 times.
I would guess it'll be some kind of special kick, either a pooch or a squib, something that tries not to get the ball deep.
Another pooch there.
That's going to go out of bounds.
And it looks like it'll go.
Oh,
did he catch it inbounds?
Oh, I think
no. I thought he caught that inbound. I was like, did you just catch that inbounds? No, it did go out of bounds. He stopped it from going farther out of bounds, I should say.
It was on the far sideline, so it was hard to see.
It was. This is hard.
You could see that the ball was going to bounce out of bounds. It almost looked like the Summit guy grabbed it and went out with it. But he didn't. It looks like Summit is going to take the ball at the 35-yard line. Sometimes when you got a really good kickoff return team, you're tempted to make them kick that again from 5 yards further back. But I think Summit wants to get their offense on the field, and I think they think Temink can get those yards back.
So Summit has chosen to take the ball at the 35-yard line, 1st and 10 for Summit.
So here we go, 35-yard line. They will take it 1st and 10, and Temink will go back out there with Coleman right next to his side. Coleman, the linebacker, but running back today, fooled me.
Looks like a running back to me. He's got me convinced.
Fooled Vinny and I earlier today, and now he's convinced me also. Yeah. Very stud back there next to Temink. So out of the shotgun is Temink. 4 wide receiver set, what they've been doing all night. He'll take the snap, step back, quick throw there outside to Zambrano. He'll take it at the 40, walk up and run out of bounds about the 41-yard line.
That's another good ball. Good throw on time. The flat is there if they throw it quick, and when he makes a good throw like that, it allows the receiver to run. So a catch and run, easy 7 yards, and a manageable 2nd down and 3.
2nd and 4 now. And it looks like maybe a false start there by Summit.
I think Hesperia had too many guys on the field.
Or that.
Summit was going fast. Hesperia tried to sub and weren't able to get the guys off and on. And when the ball was snapped, they had about 13 guys on the field.
And that'll be a 5-yard penalty for a 1st down for Summit. I don't know if it was too many guys on the field or offsides. It was either one. It was.
Oh yeah.
I thought it was offsides because the ref called it was offsides, but it could be more men on the field.
Well, they haven't had a lot of guys on the field.
Yeah, anyways,
one of them might have been
offsides. 1st and 10, that's all I know. Temink back in the shotgun. He'll hand off to Coleman, back out the outside. He'll get a stiff arm, and he'll be wrestled down past about the 49-yard line.
Steven Valdivia made the tackle. That's a sophomore linebacker. He's made a couple of big plays for Hesperia. That was a pretty good play. It looked like there was some running room there. And he came from the inside linebacker spot, ran down the line, and was able to get Coleman for a pretty short gain.
So 2nd and 6 now on Hesperia's 49-yard line. Temink in the shotgun. 4 receiver set. Handoff up the middle to Coleman. He'll get a nice little gap and be taken down, but it looks like he'll get the 1st down there, and it'll move the chains for Summit.
Nice job there by the Summit offensive line, and it looks like the Summit offensive line is starting to get some movement in there against this Hesperia interior defensive line. So what can Hesperia do? Can they blitz? Can they put more guys up there? What can they do to try to even the numbers?
1st and 10 on the 43-yard line. Temink steps back. Nice little screen pass, but it looks like it's picked off by number 5 of Hesperia, Samari Jones-Griffin. I don't know. That looked like a busted play, Vinny.
Just a very bad throw, uncharacteristically bad throw, way over the head of the screen receiver. They're trying to set up a screen there to the right side. Looked like there might have been something there, but he just airmailed the ball way over his head, and a good play there by Jones-Griffin, making that catch. That's a hard play to make. That guy's only a sophomore. He had some good carries earlier in the game, too, so he's having a decent little game.
So it's 1st and 10 now for Hesperia. Back out there is Hayden Lavars, and let's see what they can do after the interception. Lavars on the pistol, gives off to Williams. Williams got a little hole, busts up the middle, takes it to about the 48-yard line of their own 48-yard line.
That was more of a traditional zone play. They actually didn't read anybody on that. They've been running option, and that time they just blocked everybody and handed the ball off. That was a straight handoff the whole way. And it looked good. Gained 6 yards. LaVey Williams can play a little bit. They need to keep trying to feed him, I think.
2nd and 4 here, Hesperia. 3 wide receivers set in the pistol, 1 tight end. Coming in motion. And it looks like another handoff to Williams, but he's wide open right on the right side, and he cuts back out, and he goes past the 30, to 25, to the 20, to the 15, to the 10, and tackled out of bounds. It looks like maybe a face mask on top of that. And just like that, a big run by Williams there. And what we say, defense got the stop they needed. And now the offense comes out here, gives 2 handoffs to LaVey Williams, and he makes them pay.
Well, hey, that's your call. You ought to get a coaching stipend for that one. You talked in the first half about trying to find a way to get LaVey Williams around the corner. And they've been hammering the ball in the middle, That play was a G play. Guard pulled around the end and handed the ball to Williams, and Summit didn't have any perimeter defense. There was no, I don't know who was supposed to be the force defender there, but nobody set force and allowed the running back outside to open field.
So 1st and goal on the 4-yard line. Here comes back out Justin Hassan, who had a quarterback sneak touchdown, their only touchdown of the night. Going in motion is Woodson. And it looks like a handoff to Williams. Williams will get wrapped up immediately, but it looks like he's trying to fight through it, and he is, but then he gets tackled down at about the 3-yard line.
Pretty good run. It was a weak side power play, a little bit of a weak side power play. Good spill by the Summit defensive end to make the ball go around the end. And the Summit linebackers able to make the tackle, but a good, hard, physical run there.
Yeah,
got him down inside the 2-yard line.
He's not a huge guy, but, man, he definitely muscles through guys, and that's what you got to love as a running back, as a coach. Another quarterback sneak there by Hassan, and it looks like he will be short on the 1-yard line.
The offense wasn't set on that play. They snapped the ball, and the receivers were still running out to get lined up. Those guys have to be set.
Fooled the refs, so it looks like it'll be 3rd and goal. And the same situation the first time Hesperia had the ball down here. They went quarterback sneak, and the second one was a touchdown. So it looks like they might do it again. Hassan under center. 3rd and goal. And there it is. A quarterback sneak runs it in. Touchdown for Hesperia. And now the score is 21-12.
He's a big old boy, Hassan. He gets moving, and he's hard to stop. And on that one, Summit tried to stack the middle, and he kind of just stepped around. I mean, that good savvy there by the senior quarterback, able to find the end zone. He's got 2 touchdowns. He's only played 4 plays. He's got 2 touchdowns. And Hesperia, this is a big kick here. Difference between a 2-score game and a 1-score game.
So here's the extra point. Missed the first one. Doesn't miss this one, and now the score is 21-13, and we just hope, Vinny, that missed extra point the first time doesn't come back and bite.
Well, good decision by Coach Scherf there to kick that. A lot of times you see guys miss a PAT early, and then they start trying to what we call chase the point, and go for 2 and try to get the point back. No reason to do that. You don't need to chase points until the 4th quarter. Kick your PATs, get your automatic points, and then if you get into point chasing mode, let that be late in the game rather than when you still got a lot of game left. I mean, there's 9 minutes and 7 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. There's a lot of game left.
Like Vinny said, 9 minutes, 7 seconds, 21-13. Summit leads over Hesperia as Hesperia will kick off to Summit. Back to return, Stephen Martin and Eric Zambrano. They've been back there all game long.
They've moved way up now. They're standing at the 20-yard line. You got to wonder if Hesperia thinks maybe they can pump, get one over their head. This is the point when those guys start moving way up when you're a pooch kick team, that if you got a kicker with a little leg, you maybe take a shot and see if you can't get it over their head.
We'll see if they can, and here is the kick. And it's still going to be a pooch. Going back to field it is Coleman, and Coleman will take it up the left-hand side and get a stiff arm. He's still going past the 50 to the 45-yard line.
Well, I don't think that guy's the guy you want to pooch it to.
Yeah, Coleman
if you're going to pooch it, you don't want to pooch it to Coleman.
And it might be the smartest thing that Summit do is they might have put him there for that reason, to be like, look, if they're not going to kick it to Stephen Martin or Eric Zambrano, we'll put Coleman right where they usually kick it, and he'll field it for us.
Yeah, that's a great adjustment by Summit if that's what they did. I mean, Coleman's the guy you want to have the ball. and to put him right where they're kicking it, he gets a great return. They're at the 50-yard line, short field for Summit.
So short field is right, 1st and 10 on the 50-yard line. Tamink back out there, 4 wide receiver set. Coleman right next to him in the shotgun. He'll take the snap, hand off to Coleman outside, jet sweep, and a great tackle there.
That's your boy, man.
By Sicarios, the tight end slash defensive tackle, and he wrapped Coleman up fast for a loss of 6.
You know, he just won his battle. That was just him winning the battle. He's a defensive end. He punched the tackle, moved him backwards, and won the battle, and then made the tackle. That's a really good play by the big boy there. Nice job.
2nd and 16, 8:30 left here in the 3rd quarter. Summit leads 21-13 over Hesperia.
All right, they got him in a 2nd and real long now. This is where Hesperia wants to get him.
Tamink in the shotgun takes a snap, steps back, and little jet sweep there to Justin Martin. Outside, cuts back, and wrapped up at about the 46-yard line.
You know, Hesperia's starting to look like a team that thinks they can win. I mean, they're running around. They're running, flying to the ball now. They've got a little bit of pep in their step here on defense on this drive. They're starting to look, and that's the problem when you let a team hang around.
I mean, it all started with that interception. Got that momentum back on Hesperia's side, and they took advantage of it and drove all the way down the field.
Absolutely,
and got a touchdown.
Right. Huge down here, 3rd and really long. Chance to get the ball back.
3rd and 14. Out of the shotgun is Tamink. He'll step back. Over the middle is Ramsey. He'll make the catch and did a little stutter step, and it looks like he'll get the 1st down, and that's a huge little stutter step by Ramsey to get that extra 3 yards.
3rd and 14 conversion there. 3rd and 14. Great shot by Tamink. Palmer, the guy that made the catch, made a move and got up the field and got just enough for the 1st down. Boy, that's a frustrating play if you're a coach. Give up a 3rd and 14. They've given up a 4th and 12. I mean, Hesperia's going to look at this film if they don't win this game and circle a couple of those plays.
So again, 4 wide receiver set, 3 on the left side. Tamink will be a quick pass to Johnson. He'll get wrapped up immediately by Macy.
Yeah, Massey's doing a good job
Massey
over here against Johnson. He doesn't give him a lot of room to run. Right when he's catching the ball, Massey's on him. And keeping him from, he's making the catches and he's getting the catches, but he's not able to run after the catch, which is where he's at his most dangerous.
As we saw earlier today with that 60-yard catch and run. 2nd and 5 on Hesperia's 34-yard line. And a handoff there to Coleman, and he'll get wrapped up immediately for about a gain of 2.
The Hesperia interior defense is pretty stout. There really aren't a ton of running lanes in there. Their linebackers come downhill pretty good. 46 is Valdivia, 52 is Mock. Those guys come downhill pretty good. They're not getting pushed off too bad on the D line. They're kind of holding their own there. They've got something to build on with this defense.
That's what you got to have as the linebacking crew. Stout and man.
Big play here, 3rd and 5.
Flag on the play. False start, and that's a huge play there by Summit to go offsides or false start.
Summit's been kind of playing with that the whole game. Their receivers kind of roll into the snap, and they've gotten away with it a couple times. It's cost them a couple of penalties, but they've been kind of walking the line on that false start for a while, and finally gets called. It's a bad time for the call. Now it's 3rd and 9.
3rd and 9, 6 minutes left here in the 3rd quarter. 21-13 Summit leads Hesperia. Tamink will step back after the snap. Over the middle, great pass there to Johnson, and he'll get wrapped up, but it looks like he might have got the 1st down as he won't be tackled. It'll be just called.
It'll be really close. I think he's going to be a little bit short. They're going to be going on a 4th and 1 or less than 1. I don't know. He got a good spot, though. The spot's closer than I thought it was.
That outside guy is very generous. The outside lineman.
Yeah.
It looks like he takes his call majority of the time.
There's definitely a change in the line.
But it looks like it will be 4th and 1, and they'll probably go to their goal line set.
Here's their goal line
and
set.
They have. So 4th and 1, the 29-yard line. Tamink hands off to Coleman.
He's around the corner.
Or Justin Brown, and he'll take it, and he'll go up to the 10 and taken down. Stephen Martin, pardon me, not Justin Brown. Stephen Martin, and that'll be a gain of 7 for a 1st and goal now, and that's 3 for 3 now on 4th down conversions.
Good call by Summit there. It looked like Hesperia was expecting like a dive or a run right up the middle.
Fullback
they actually
dive.
took it around the corner and got Martin to the corner, and it almost turned out to be a touchdown. And like you said, 3 for 3 now on 4th downs. That's frustrating if you're the opposing coach.
So first and goal now on the 10-yard line. Coleman back out as a running back next to Mink. He'll take the snap. Wait, great pass, back shoulder right to Tavon Johnson, and that is a touchdown. His second one of the game.
Great ball.
Yeah, that was a fantastic. He saw that the whole way. There was no second guessing. Nice little corner.
You know, it was good everything.
Over the shoulder.
Good play design. They got Johnson on the inside at the slot where they've been able to have some success. They've been running mostly inside breaking routes. They stick their foot in the ground and run the post corner. And he had a bunch of room out there to their best receiver. And then Tamink threw a strike. I mean, that was an absolute strike by the quarterback there. So
right over the shoulder in stride, 27 to 13. Offside was called, but they declined it. Just trying to get an extra point here. Summit. And the kick is good. No bank shot there. 28 to 13, Summit leads. So Hesperia scores the first points of the half, but Summit comes right back to score their own, as it is 28 to 13 with 4 minutes and 50 seconds left in the third quarter.
You know, going to be a lot of frustration from Hesperia on that drive. You know, you had them in a 3rd and 14 and allowed them to get the first down. You had them in a 3rd and 9 and allowed them to get down within a half yard of the first down and then to get it on 4th down. So you had, you know, when you get guys in 3rd and longs like that, you know, it really is a backbreaker to give up first downs on 3rd and 9s, 3rd and 10s, 3rd and more than 10. And so that's going to be a frustrating, when they watch the film, that's going to be a frustrating drive for Hesperia to watch.
And not to mention on that 4th and 1, they gave about 13 yards too, which is a killer. It's definitely on 4th down.
I mean, the 4th downs, you know, every football game's got 5 key plays. Every 4th down conversion, Summit is 3 for 3. That's 3 of the 5 key plays.
Because they've scored every single time they've converted that. That's 3 times 3 scores. So here's Summit. They'll line up to have the kickoff 28-13, 4:50 in the third. Summit leads Hesperia. And the kick will be a squib again up the middle. Taken by Williams. Oh, it's hit off his foot. And
Summit got it.
Summit has it, and what a blunder there by Lave Williams. The squib hits off his foot, kicks right, left should I say, and Summit's right there to have it on about the, 6-yard line.
Yeah. The perfect squib kick. You know, kickers so often make the mistake when they squib kick of not kicking it hard. When you squib kick, you're supposed to kick it as hard as you can and try to get it to bounce. And that one took a couple of weird bounces. It took that little in-between hop. Williams a little bit nonchalant in going over to field it. And it hit him, bounced away. Football bounces weird. Great job by Summit running down hard in the coverage. They have the ball at the 7-yard line, 1st and goal.
And we were just talking about the key plays in the game, and that is a huge play right there. 28-13. Summit's in the goal line formation. They'll hand off to Martin, and he will rock it in for a touchdown, and just like that, Summit is up by 3 scores. And Vinny, you said 3 scores is going to be tough to come back from.
Yeah, I think 3 scores is a really tall order. I think that probably makes it hard. But boy, give Summit a lot of credit. I mean, they kind of just turned it on, flipped the switch here in the last few plays. It looked, you know, Hesperia went from a point where they really looked like they were starting to get that belief, you know, and now just kind of zapped on the sideline. So give Summit credit. They made a bunch of big plays when they had to, and now they got a 3-score lead.
And the extra point is good, 35-13. And I don't think we gave enough credit to Tamink on that last drive. After he threw that pick, that awful pick, Hesperia scores on it. He comes back and drives his team all the way down the field with a 4th down conversion, a 3rd and 14. And, I mean, great composure by the quarterback.
And made 3 big throws on that drive. I mean, made the big throw on the 3rd and real long, made a big throw on 3rd and 9 to get them within a half yard of the first down, and then just a fabulous throw on the post corner to Johnson for the touchdown. So Tamink has been as advertised. You know, he's had 2 that I'm guessing he wished he had back. The one, you know, where he got thudded, I mean, that one isn't 100% his fault.
Of course,
you know?
No, he got smacked on that one.
He got whacked, and I don't think he saw it coming.
Yeah.
You know, the screen, I'm sure, you know, he'd be the first guy to tell you wish he had that throw back. But he certainly has redeemed himself, and he's got his team in position with a big lead. have a good chance to win the game.
35-13, 4:46 here in the third quarter. Summit will be kicking off here. I'm guessing another squib after the one that was successfully misplayed by Hesperia. It'll be taken by number 14, Devin Williams. He'll take it around the outside, but cut back to the left, then cut back to the right again, and be taken down. And he lost the football.
He fumbled.
And
I think it went out of bounds.
Looked like it went out of bounds, and it did go out of bounds. And I thought he was down like 5 times, and now I see him, he's still up, and then...
One thing as a coach, you tell your return guys, especially the guys that aren't the deep guys that they field the ball, you don't want to be running sideways. There was way too much sideways running in that return. You just got to get up. If you're not one of those deep guys, get the ball, get up and get as much as you can get,
and then get
even
out.
If that's 5 yards,
yeah.
And make sure you keep possession of the ball.
Exactly.
He was trying to make a little too much happen on that play and end up getting the ball stripped. Lucky that it went out of bounds, and they'll stop possession.
So Hayden LeVars back out in the pistol, starting at the 35-yard line, 1st and 10 for Hesperia. They're down by 24 or 26. 27. 26. And Lave Williams will take it to the outside. He's in the open field to the 40, to the 30, to the 25. I'm over here trying to do math, and Lave Williams running down the field.
Wow. Good job by the safety. Really good job by the safety, Omana, for Summit. It looked like Lave Williams was gone. He got around the corner there and was really huffing and puffing. So looks like the Hesperia offense has found something a little bit. I mean, after going through really a long period in the first half where they didn't have much going, so far in the second half they've looked okay. They've had something going offensively.
So a big run there by Lave Williams. He's had a couple of those, and now into the game is Samari Jones-Griffin. He's already had an interception. He'll be the running back behind LeVars on the 25-yard line. He moved a little bit, but it looks like there's no call, and he'll run up the gut for – he's still up, going. And he's still going. He'll be tackled at about the 12-yard line, and he did move. They missed that,
yeah,
but,
He got a little bit of an early start there. Early start out of the blocks. But, well, I'll tell you what, that Jones-Griffin's a good player. That 5'10", 175-pound sophomore, good-looking dude. He's got a couple of big plays in this game. He's going to grow and get better. And they've got a little bit of a young core here at Hesperia that could give them a chance to get better as time goes on.
So Justin Hassan is back in the game at quarterback here. 1st and 10 on the 13-yard line. He's under center. Going in motion is Woodson, Milton, and it looks like they went false start on number 72. 72, Luis Sicarios. I'm guessing the brother of Mario Sicarios, or related.
Now, you got me on that earlier. Could be cousin. Could be unrelated. You don't know.
He goes.
But whoever it is, he got a 5-yard penalty. And that's part of the challenge of changing quarterbacks. Because every quarterback, even if you have the same snap count, every quarterback has a little bit of a different cadence. And so when you've been listening to the cadence from LeVars the whole game, and now all of a sudden you got the cadence from Hassan, it's going to be a little bit different. You got him a 5-yard penalty on that one.
So 35-13, Summit leading Hesperia. 3 minutes left in the third quarter. 1st and 15 on Summit's 18-yard line. Timeout Hesperia as they'll use their first one of the half.
Looked like they had confusion in the set. It didn't look like the linemen were on the right. Looked like they had too many linemen on one side. I thought at first they were in an unbalanced set, but then they kind of looked like they were confused. So they burn a timeout, and again, you don't want to burn those timeouts, especially in a game where you're trying to fight back from behind.
And with the timeout, we'd like to remind you, Inland Sports Show, Fox Sports, Inland Empire, 13:50 a.m. every Saturday at 11 a.m. This week, Cajon Football will be joining us, so come listen live and amplified on the radio and on the Inland Sports YouTube channel. Tomorrow night, Riverside TV, Hillcrest versus Notre Dame High School. Jeff Gorham and our own Ghazal Hassan will be calling the game. Be sure to check that out, Riverside TV. Sports Weekly live on IEMG every Friday night with Pep Fernandez at 11 p.m. Scores and highlights. I can't even talk. Scores and highlights every week on Friday night. Be able to check that out. Sports too, yeah.
Scores and highlights, all those things are true.
Be sure
Don't be so hard on yourself.
Be sure to check out the next Inland Sports Radio broadcast. La Sierra versus Rubidoux next Thursday. Back out, 1st and 15 on the 18-yard line is Hesperia. Hayden LeVars on the pistol as he'll hand off to Williams, and he'll bounce off a couple tackles and be tackled down at about the 10-yard line for a
really
5-yard
big
gain.
lane in there, and it's really starting to open up. Looks like the Hesperia offensive line kind of starting to take the game over inside a little bit. You know, early in the game, they were kind of getting knocked back by those interior guys from Summit, and now they're opening up some pretty big lanes. That was a giant lane for an 8-yard run on first down.
So 2nd and 7 here on the 10-yard line. LeVar's back at the quarterback, as we mentioned last play. He's in the pistol. Williams behind him. It's been the formation all game for Hesperia. He'll take the snap, and bouncing outside is Williams. He'll give a stiff arm, and he'll get about no gain, maybe a loss of 1 if anything. And it'll be a big 3rd down here for Hesperia. Probably 2 downs here.
Good play by the Summit defense there. They were able to spill the ball and make it spill outside around the end, and then run it down and knock him out of bounds. Yeah, you got to think you're in 4-down territory here, right? And it looks like we're going to get Johnson coming onto the field to play corner. It looks like it might have a Summit player kind of shaking up on a sideline.
Looks like it's Stephen Martin down, getting maybe a cramp, getting stretched out. But Johnson will come in for him. And 3rd and 9 now with a 2-yard loss. LeVar's will take it. Little pump fake over the middle is Woodson or Macy. It's actually Macy, and he catches it. Massey, touchdown, Hesperia. And just like that, a quick throw there by Hesperia and a quick score to make it 35-19.
That was the same little play they ran earlier, and now I'm starting to think that maybe it's designed, where it looked like a play action, but the running back went the other way.
Well, last time I thought it was busted.
I thought it was busted too, but that's
again.
Twice, and both times it's looked good. And he found Massey for a wide open touchdown. I mean, they it looked like a blown coverage maybe by Summit, but wide open touchdown.
And he missed the extra point. That's a big miss there for Hesperia, as now instead of 35-20, it's 35-19.
Well, I think you're probably in go for 2 mode, and you probably were anyway. But Hesperia's going to have to get that solved. It looked like I couldn't tell if it was a bad snap or the hold bobbled, but it was an operation issue.
I'm also surprised they didn't go for 2 there, especially so late in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, well, you kick it, you get within 15. I understand. I mean, but you got to be able to execute the kick, and right now they're not able to execute their PAT play. And so they've left 2 points on the board. And like you said, points are big. You know, the PAT team, only team that can score, field goal team, only team that can score every time it's on the field. And they've been on the field twice tonight and haven't scored. So you never want to send that team out and not come back with points. You know, they got to score every time they go out there.
So Hesperia will line up to probably pooch kick again, as Coleman's back in that little slot area, not all the way back. Actually, it's a squib kick, and it'll be fielded by Summit. They'll take it at about the 25-yard line. He'll cut up field, ran into his own guy, and gets taken down at about the 30-yard line.
Yeah, they came with a squib the other way. You notice that Coleman was snuck in on the other side where they've been kicking it, and Hesperia came the other way. So a little bit of a chess match going on in the special teams with Hesperia trying to keep the ball away from the Summit big guns.
Hesperia here, you got to think you got to get a stop here. 1:44 left in the 3rd quarter, down 35-19.
Yeah, I really give a lot of credit to the Hesperia offense. Didn't look like they had enough going to get themselves back in it, but they have, so far in the second half, really controlled the tempo of the game.
So Summit will come back out, and it'll be Temink out of the shotgun. He'll hand off to Coleman. Coleman will run up the middle for a gain of about 2 or 3.
Well, I like these Hesperia linebackers. Valdivia on the tackle there, and he's made a bunch of plays, only a sophomore. But those 2 linebackers kind of are pluggers. They kind of get in there and hit and get nasty. They're both underclassmen, Maka Jr. and Valdivia, only a sophomore.
So Temink in the shotgun 4 receiver set, 3 on the left side of the field. Temink will take the snap. Quick throw there to Ramsey. Ramsey will have the reception, and he'll get a first down there for the Summit Skyhawks.
One thing that Summit has found is the ability to throw the ball in the intermediate zones. You know, the zone in between the linebackers and the safeties and corners is where they're having their success. And Palmer is really taking advantage in those zones today. He's had a bunch of catches and a bunch of run after the catch in those intermediate, 10 to 12-yard routes.
1st and 10, 48-yard line of Summits. Another play action over the middle, Zambrano. Zambrano's on the loose, and he'll be taken down at the 25-yard line. And a huge play there for Summit.
Yeah, same little thing. They found
pass.
that. Nick Matheny, Summit, they're well coached, and they found that little intermediate area, and I wouldn't be surprised they go back there again.
And a 27-yard reception there for Summit now. 1st and 10 on the 25-yard line. Another quick pass to Johnson, and Johnson will make the reception, be taken down at about the 16-yard line. So Summit working fast here and working efficiently as they're driving down the field.
That was a slant pass. Looked like Johnson might have got a little dinged up on that play. He got up slow. He's going to stay in the game.
2nd and 1 on the 16-yard line. Handoff to Coleman. Oh, no, Tamink will take it, and the great read and a touchdown for Summit. And I think that's the first time tonight Tamink has pulled back and taken the ball, and he fooled everyone.
Good-looking play and just a really great-looking drive by Summit. Impressive drive to answer the drive and score by Hesperia. And right now it looks like the Summit offense is a step ahead of the Hesperia defense. They're throwing it. They're running it. Tamink's kind of doing it all. He's using his crafty veteran spin the ball deal. And they look good on offense right now. They got 41 points.
And we'll make that 42 points as the extra point is good. 42-19 with 3 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. So Hesperia does have 1 quarter left, but can they score 3 touchdowns with 3 stops? That's
the deal right now is they gotta find a way to get off the field against this offense, and the Summit offense for the first time tonight now in this 3rd quarter looks like they're dialed in. I mean, they look like this is operating the way they want it to operate now, and so Hesperia is going to have to find some way to give Tamink a look that he's not ready for. But right now he looks like everything's kind of going in slow motion for him. He's seeing it before it happens. He's a move ahead.
So 42-19, Summit leading the Hesperia Scorpions. 3 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Thank you for joining us here live and amplified around the world, the Inland Sports YouTube channel. Be sure to check out the Inland Sports Show, Fox Sports IE 1350 AM, Saturdays at 11 a.m. This week we have Cajon football joining us. So be able to check us out. And Pet Fernandez, he's the best. He's awesome.
Best in the business, man. And I only say that because if I don't, he'll fire me.
Which is true. 42-19. Looks like Amana will kick again, probably another squib. And it will be a hard squib up the middle. And it looks like it'll be taken by Williams. Williams will take it from the 10-yard line. He'll cut outside, cut back up the middle, and be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
Good kick coverage. They've been covering the kicks pretty well today, but they haven't been tackling particularly well. But on that one, they got down there fast, and then they ran over and made the tackle. And they're going to have to go a long way. Ball inside their own 25.
So that will end the 3rd quarter. 42-19. Summit leading as they score 2 more touchdowns here. 3 more touchdowns here.
3-touchdown quarter.
In the 3rd quarter, and that's a big quarter against the Hesperia Scorpions. As we like to thank our sponsors here on this quick commercial break, quarter change. Spoiled, quick quality oil change. You'll be spoiled by their excellent customer service and great prices. Check them out off Alessandra Boulevard. Spoiled. A huge thanks to Bill Navigado and his team at Spoiled, who are dedicated to local sports in the Inland Empire. Ken Sporting Goods, more than 40 years in the Inland Empire, and still dominating, taking care of all your sports gear needs, plus Letterman's jackets. They even help Los Sierra Eagles design a new logo and produce new uniforms. Check out kensportinggoods.com. And Boost Performance Training. Athletes of all levels need to check out Boost Performance Training in Corona. Coach Ray Bass and his team bring experience, passion, and commitment to grooming great athletes. They train athletes in all sports, football, baseball, track, lacrosse. Check out boosttrainingsystems.com. 1st and 10 on the 22-yard line for Hesperia, down 42-19 against Summit. So they're going to do something. They got to do something right now.
Yeah, they're going to have to go pretty fast. They're going to have to pick their tempo up. Although they've been running the ball effectively, they can still run the ball. But they're going to have to pick the tempo up and go pretty fast if they're going to get 3 touchdowns.
And LeVars will hand off to Williams, and he'll get wrapped up as soon as he has the ball for a loss or a gain of 1 yard.
Well, you're dealing a little bit with emotions, too, now at this point. You know, you've gone from being on a high and feeling really good and feeling like you're in it to now you're Hesperia, you're looking at the scoreboard and you're down 42-19, and that looks like a really big number. So you're dealing with emotions. You're going to have to keep playing and keep plugging away and play your way through.
So LeVar's again in the pistol formation. It's Hesperia. Woodson out right. Massey out left. And a nice little pitch play there to Williams, get him outside, but it looks like Summit's got it handled, and Williams will trip and fall as they wrap him up for a loss of about 10 yards.
Yeah, not much there. Tried to run a little toss play, and it kind of was slow developing, and a good job by Zambrano and the Summit defense of getting off blocks outside. And the old reverse your field thing doesn't work very often. You know, Barry Sanders kind of could do that, but there haven't been very many guys. Once you do the reverse your field thing, 9 times out of 10 you're going to take a pretty good sized loss, and they did. Now they're in 3rd and about 20. Clock.
3rd and 17 on the 15-yard line. It looks like LeVay Williams was taken out of the game, kind of got tripped up, but we'll see. Number 5, Jones Griffin, Samari, and he's had a pretty decent game, even in the backfield, and an interception.
Yeah, they're going to have something here, 3rd and 20. I think maybe some kind of screen or a draw play.
And it looks like he'll roll out here as LeVar's and get the ball away, but throw it over the head of number 20 of Hesperia, and that will be 4th and 17 and probably a punt because
they had Darian Jefferson in the flat open. You know, but he probably, you know, he was only going to gain 7 or 8 yards. It wasn't going to be a first down, and now they've held him to a punt. And now at this point, you got to wonder, is Summit going to start trying to do some things to get the time under control? You know, start to maybe slow down their tempo, start to run the football.
Well, they got
see if they can't get out of here with.
They got the running back / linebacker to help them out in Coleman.
Yeah,
so
grind it out a little bit with the big boy.
So Devon Johnson back to return, but it looks like a false start against Hesperia, so they'll go back a little bit more here to punt. And it looks like Hesperia is kind of losing it a little bit here.
Well, it gets hard, you know. Yeah. It does emotionally. It's hard. It's hard to keep your focus when things happen as fast as they did. You know, they looked like they were doing great. They had them in bad position. They were within a score, and then Summit converts a couple big plays and scores, and then you fumble the kickoff and they score again, and all of a sudden you're kind of out of the game, and so it's hard emotionally to keep going. Oh, he fumbled the punt.
To Devon Johnson, but he fumbles the punt, but it bounces right up to Summit's number 19, Gary Elson, and Gary Elson will take it in. I mean, just everything's going their way right now, Vinny.
Just the way they drew it up, you know. Johnson fumbles the punt. It bounced right up to Elson on the run. I mean, on a full run, and he's able to run the ball for a great return. And now he'll end with one of the best punt return averages in the CIF for the year because he'll never do another one.
Returns for about 27 yards, and now they'll be ready at about the 24-yard line. 1st and 10 is Summit. So here again in Hesperia territory, looking to add on to their lead, leading 42-19.
I think Summit's only got 10 guys.
Samink trying to hand the ball off to Coleman, but it looked like a read play. He didn't want to give it to him. But it looks
got it back.
But it looks like he got it back. He did get it back.
That was a good fight by Tamink at the bottom of the pile. It looked like number 44, Hernandez for Hesperia, was going to come out with that.
So a little fumble there, but a great pickup by Tamink.
I may not be good at counting, but I don't think Summit's got enough guys on the field.
And
here comes the 11th guy. They played that play with 10.
So 2nd and 11 on the 25-yard line. Tamink in the shotgun. Coleman right next to him. This time he'll hand off to Coleman. Coleman right up the middle, and he'll get a good burst of yardage there, about 8 yards.
Yeah, I think at this point it's probably time to put the read play away and just let Coleman hammer.
Exactly.
You know, hand the ball off, be safe, and let him go. It looks like maybe Hesperia has backed off a little bit inside in the interior front, and Summit's starting to get a little push in there, starting to take that game over.
3rd and 3 on the 17-yard line now. Tamink in the shotgun, Coleman right next to him. And he'll hand off to Coleman again, and it looks like Coleman will either be short.
I think he's about a yard short. I think you're going to have 4th about 1.
And he will. 4th and 1 is the call. Here on
like
the
they're going to go for it.
15-yard line, but it looks like they got goal line package coming in for Summit, which has been very useful all night for them. If it's the running back, if it's the fullbacks, they've all been really good. As Tamink will huddle up now. In the goal line package, they do huddle up. Summit is a very fast pace as they look like they're going to call a timeout. They will. kind of debating if they're going to go for it. I'm sure they will, though.
Well, I think they might have the wrong personnel in. You know, for the earlier in the game, for most of the game, Martin has been the tailback in this package, and then all of a sudden Coleman was in. I think Martin might have been over checking in with the trainer.
Martin was the one who got pulled off the field in the last Hesperia.
I'm not 100% sure Coleman knows this package. He might not know this package. You know, doesn't look like he's a guy that's played a lot of running back. So, you know, sometimes you don't teach the whole package to the new guy. But it looks like he's staying on the field, so maybe he does know it. Certainly he would be a guy you would want to know the goal line package, you know, with his ability to come downhill and run hard, run through guys. So if he doesn't know it, they probably should start teaching it to him pretty quick.
So still huddled up is Summit. Hesperia is ready to go. 4th and 1 on the 15-yard
the fullback dive here. I mean, they did a good job the last time. You know, you thought Hesperia was kind of loaded on the dive, and they took it around the corner. You know, this could be potential to get around the corner again.
Fullback dive, quarterback sneak. Maybe a quarterback sneak will kind of keep him off balance. They haven't seen that yet.
Yep, so. I don't think that's a bad. I always like that. You know, if you got a quarterback that can run it.
Exactly, and Tamink's not a small guy, but it looks like they'll do the fullback dive, but it looks like it's false start. And the flag is thrown.
Get a little chippy, huh?
Ooh, a little pushy. Still no call on what it was. I'm guessing it's a false start. Too fast.
I'm not sure that the ball was ever marked as ready for play. I think it's going to be delay a game.
Yep.
I think Summit ran up and snapped the ball. I'm not sure it was ever marked as ready for play.
What would I do without you, Vinny?
Oh, you know.
Vinny with a great call there. Delay a game as Tamink wanted to go a little bit too fast, which isn't the worst strategy. You know, get up there, get it going so they don't get to set up at all.
Yeah, a lot of times what you'll tell your quarterback in that situation is you'll tell him to wait for the referee to chop the ball before you break the huddle. Because once you break the huddle, you want to come up and go.
Exactly.
You know, so a lot of times you'll tell him, wait till they stay in the huddle, wait for him to chop the ball. And it looks like that's where the mistake was made.
So now they're back in the shotgun here, 4th and 6 on the 20-yard line, going for it. They're already 3 for 3 tonight on 4th downs. 42-19, they lead Hesperia. And Tamink will step back, a little slant over to Ramsey. Ramsey will break one tackle, and he will get the first down. And that's been the call all night for them on a long yardage situation or 4th down.
Yeah, it's just been way too easy. The two high safeties have not had enough support out of the underneath linebacker, underneath coverage guys. And so they've really been able to get into that 3-by-1 set and just pick on them in those intermediate routes. And I mean, how many first downs has that been on 3rd and longs? That, you know, another 4th down conversion, 4 for 4 now, I think they are, and so that's really been the tail of the game.
4 for 4 is right. 1st and goal now on the 9. They go in the goal line package. Handoff here to Martin, and he'll be taken down for about a gain of like 5 yards, 4 yards.
And now if you're Summit, you want to take the whole clock. You're going to wait and see when they chop the ball. You're going to run the whole clock every time. There's no reason to be in a rush now. You have a full 35 seconds to be in the huddle, run the clock, let this thing bleed out, get yourself your first win of the season.
2nd and goal from the 5-yard line. 7 minutes and 20 seconds left in the 4th quarter. 42-19, Summit leads Hesperia. And that'll be a handoff to Martin. He'll bounce outside but be tackled and wrapped up by the Hesperia number 55, Miguel Ruiz.
Yeah, not much there on that one. Tried to kind of run the ball up inside on the power play, and Hesperia fighting back. Give credit to the Hesperia kids. This is the hardest thing to do. You know, when the cause is kind of lost, you know, to continue to fight back and show what you're made of, show your character. And the Hesperia kids are showing some character right now, fighting back.
So 3rd and goal on the 8-yard line. Tamink back in the shotgun. Coleman right next to him. 2 wide receivers to his left. Take the snap. From the blind side comes the Hesperia defense, and it looks like he hit his arm when he made the throw, and that'll be incomplete, and we'll make it 4th and goal now. So a nice little edge rush there by Hesperia to get Tamink off his timing, and it came from the blind side, so he didn't really see it either.
Yeah, they were trying to go back to their slant play. They wanted to go back to their slant play. That one was going to be to Hornsby. They circled Johnson as the inside receiver, kind of ran the circle, and they didn't like the slant initially. Tamink didn't like it, so he bought time. Johnson was running the circle. Looked like he might have been open, but right when Tamink wanted to release the ball, they got to him from behind and you know, hit him as he was throwing. Ended up being a bad throw. Now they'll have to try a field goal.
So it looks like Amano will try the field goal the 3 points. Bad snap, but great pickup there by Tamink, and it looks like it is good, and that will make the score 45-19. So smart there by Summit. 4 for 4 on 4th downs, but they have a huge lead. Just try to get the points, kind of extend that lead.
Excellent hold there by Tamink, the play that doesn't show up in the box score, you know. But that's a 3-point play. And when you add that to the couple of PATs that Hesperia has missed, I mean, you're talking about 5 points one way or the other, you know, with just that dig by Tamink versus the 2 plays that Hesperia wasn't able to make on their PATs. So not that would have been the difference in the game, but that just goes to show you how valuable points can be in a game like this.
So 6:29 left here in the 4th quarter, 45-19, Summit leading Hesperia. Omana will come out to kick, probably another squib up the middle. He's been doing it all night. And probably the biggest play of the game was that squib that went off Williams' leg.
Yeah, I think that turned it.
Summit jumps on the ball on the 10-yard line, and they score 2 touchdowns in less than 15 seconds right there, in the span of 15 seconds. There's a squib up the middle, and it looks like it'll be fielded by Williams. He'll take it and get tripped up.
Wow, nice coverage there.
Be taken down to the 15-yard line, so got about 5 yards there. Great coverage there by Summit is right. And now 6 minutes, 17 seconds remaining, as we'll see if they can do something here with 6 minutes left.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I think this is a point now where you're just trying to work on something. You know, you're trying to work on what you're going to do for next week, what you're going to do for the rest of the season. You're probably not coming back down 45-19 with 6 minutes to go, but you can still get better for the rest of your year, and that's what these non-league games are for.
Woodson will go in motion. LeVar will take the snap. Fake, and then a throw over the middle, and a great play there by Massey. He went to go get that ball, and that's what you ask of wide receivers, that a ball is kind of thrown short, you go get it. You don't let it come to you.
Really good play, and Hesperia's got some skill guys. You know, Woodson is a good skill guy. Massey is a good skill guy. Williams is a good skill guy. Jefferson's a pretty good skill guy. I mean, they have 4 or 5 skill guys that are decent. You know, it's just a process of trying to put it together, and Summit's a really good team. I mean, they're playing a good football team, you know, with the exception of 1 quarter against Etiwanda. I mean, Summit has been pretty good this year. So tough draw for Hesperia, you know, but they're getting better, and certainly the quarterback, you know, LeVar's is getting better as this game goes on.
1st and 10 on the 46-yard line. LeVar's take the snap, hand off to Williams up the middle. Williams will bounce back outside, and he'll get about 4 yards.
I'll tell you what, Williams is helping his average this week after a tough week last week. You know, 10 carries for -5 yards. You know, he's going to help that average this week.
He's had probably the one bright spot in the Hesperia offense tonight has been LeVar Williams.
He certainly has been a bright spot. I mean, he's ran very hard. He's ran very well. He's had a couple big long runs. He's shown some speed. He's shown some toughness.
5 minutes left, 2nd and 7 here. LeVar will take the snap. Little swing to Williams, and it'll be dropped. I don't think it was a backwards pass.
It looks like they're calling it backwards.
Like they will call it a backwards pass, and they did call it a backwards pass, and it was dropped. And I think Williams didn't think it was a backwards pass. I don't know why he'd go up with one hand when he could have grabbed 2, but was it thrown that far behind him?
Well, that's the same little swing pass we've been talking about. You know, we talked about that earlier, that little swing pass, swing screen they've been trying to set up, and it just has never looked right. And it didn't look right again. It's very slow developing, and he hasn't made great throws on it. It's kind of been erratic, and on that one, you know, anytime you think it's close, you got to jump on the ball, and that was close enough that Williams needed to try to recover that ball. Great job by the Summit guys. Credit to them for playing all the way through, and it looks like we're going to see the backup quarterback now as Summit tries to get some guys some reps.
So there's the handoff there to the backup. Oh, he gets stuck up pretty hard there. Little running back number 30, Francisco Uribe.
A nice hit, Emmanuel Felix and Jacoby Scott on the tackle, and both those guys came pretty hard. And Summit's going to bleed the clock now. Summit's into bleed the clock mode and going to try to run this thing and get out of here.
4 minutes and 20 seconds left here in the 4th quarter and counting down. Flores in for Tmink. 45-19. Summit leading. Flores, another handoff to Uribe there, and he'll cut up for about a gain of 1 yard.
Yeah, the backside defensive tackle short came down on the spill and made the tackle. Nice play by him, another sophomore. So you've seen a lot of sophomores that are getting a lot of action for Hesperia today, and that certainly bodes well for the future. For Hesperia, Joe Scherf, good football coach. He's going to get these guys better, and as time goes on, they're going to grow and they're going to get better. You know, they're just taking some lumps with some young guys playing tonight.
So again, in the shotgun is Flores. 3rd and 4 on the 34-yard line, and it looks like a false start there by Summit.
Yeah, that receiver was about 20 yards down the field when they snapped the ball.
If there's one thing you think they need to work on practice, it might be the receivers going false starts. I mean,
yeah, they're going to have to work on that. They've had 4 penalties with the receivers in illegal motion or in false starts, and
luckily it hasn't hurt them that much.
Hasn't hurt them tonight, but you know,
in a closer game.
Next week they play San Gorgonio. Down the road they're going to play Grand Terrace and teams like Kaiser. You can't do that kind of stuff against those teams. They're going to have to get that fixed.
So 3rd and 9 on the 39-yard line of Hesperia. Flores will take the snap, and it looks like another false start.
That would look like it's on the right tackle. The right tackle was a little stretch play to the right, and the right tackle was trying to get out of there and make his zone block and ended up going too soon. But you know, the truth is the clock's running on all these, so these really aren't terrible penalties. You know, you never want to get a penalty, certainly not a 5-yard penalty, but every time they get one of these, the clock continues to run, so they're chewing the clock under 3 minutes now.
Under 3 minutes is right now on the 44-yard line of Hesperia, 3rd and 14. Flores in the shotgun, Uribe right next to him. He'll take the snap, pump fake. Fast throw there to Johnson, but it'll be over his head, and that'll be 4th down, and that'll stop the clock now with 2:44 remaining, and it looks like for the first time tonight, the punt team from Summit will come out.
You know, it's a read option play, and so he's just going through his reads and doing what he's supposed to do, but again, you really probably want to just run the ball and get out of here at that point. You know, don't take a chance on throwing interception. Don't take a chance on throwing incompletions and stopping the clock. You know, you want to now try to limit. Now you're trying to think about your guys. You know, we want to be as healthy as we can. You know, the more plays we run going forward, the more opportunities there are for somebody to get hurt in a game that we have under control. So you got to think Summit's probably, you know, Coach Matheny's probably going to talk to him on the sideline and say, hey, man, you know, next time.
And, well, that was amazing. I was kind of starstruck that he just did that right there.
Stop me mid-sentence.
The center probably hiked the ball halfway.
I would say it got about halfway.
And then Umana grabbed it, and like you said, the punter, when he grabs the ball and he knows that he can't like get a full kickoff, he needs to run around and just kick it somehow. And Umana just picked it up, ran a couple steps, and amazing kick.
It's a great play by Umana. I mean, that's a great play.
Like 50 yards.
That's just exactly the way you work on it.
Exactly.
You know, you always want to circle it to the right because if you're a right-footed kicker, so you can pick it up and still get the kickoff. And it wasn't, you know, certainly that's not going to go in any textbooks as the perfect kick, but that's a 50-yard punt. Just because he stayed with the play and kept going even on a bad snap.
I was very impressed right there. That was fantastic. 1st and 10 on the 6-yard line is Hesperia. Looks like LeVars will put Darian Jefferson in motion. He's had Darian Jefferson in motion all game. Bad snap low, but he got it off to Williams, and he'll get about a gain of 2 or 3. I wonder as seasons goes on for Hesperia, will they use Darian Jefferson more as he's in motion every play almost.
Yeah, and he has had a couple of touches and looked decent on those touches. So you think maybe that's a chance. I think Hesperia's skill guys have been impressive to me all game. You know, they're going to have to suffer through as their quarterback gets better. I mean, he's a young player. He's a sophomore. He's in his 2nd game, varsity game. And as he gets better, they're offensively going to get better and better.
Of course. And handoff to Williams here up the middle, and he's trying to – it's not Williams. It's actually Samari Jones-Griffin, pardon me. And Griffin, he's a fighter, man, sophomore too also. And Samari Jones-Griffin, he doesn't go down without a fight.
No, he's got a chance. That kid's got some talent. He's got a chance. So we're into 3rd and long now. You're going to try to convert this 3rd down, and Hesperia right now just working on their stuff, trying to get better, trying to do their stuff and get better and better and better.
1 minute and 15 seconds left in the fourth quarter. It's counting down as Hesperia trailing Summit 45-19. So probably a couple more plays here to wrap up the game here. 3rd and 7 on the 9-yard line. LeVar's again in the pistol. Take the snap, steps back, quick throw there to Macy, but he will go over his head, Massey.
Yeah, they're just Hesperia is just not made to be a drop back pass team. That's just not what they're made to do. You know, they have some ability to throw it, but it's got, you know, they throw it better when it's off of play action, when it's within the course of their offense. You know, right now they're trying to just drop back and wing it, and that's really not what they're made to do. They really don't have that in their offense right now.
So the punt team will come out. Back to return is Summit. And in the end zone is the punter for Hesperia. High snap, but he came down with it, and he got the punt off. About a 20-yard, 30-yard punt, and as it'll bounce around, and Summit will drop it, down it right there.
Yeah, Coach Matheny's not going to like that. That's a big guy picking up the punt on a short punt. You don't want to do that. You want to let that ball roll.
But he got it. He still picked it up.
Yeah.
And it's not over for them. They still have possession of the ball.
That's one of those Willie Mays Hayes, don't ever do it again situations. Nice play, don't ever do it again.
And Summit will probably get in winning formation here with only 42 seconds left in the game. 45-19, leading Hesperia. And
yeah, it looks like victory formation, the best formation in football. And looks like Summit's going to get out of here with a 45-19 win.
And there is Tamink. He'll take the snap and will take the knee. And probably one more of those, and that'll probably end the game.
Well, we'll see. The referee might not spot the ball. Yeah. If they wait and spot the ball, we might not have to do it again.
So 30 seconds left, counting down.
This guy looks like he knows what he's doing. So I think we're going to be out of here. And that'll do it.
Yep, and that will end the game as the clock will count down the last 10 seconds. Summit wins this one 45-19, now leaving them 1-1 on the season. Hesperia falls to 0-2 after a loss to Elsinore last week, and now here at A.B. Miller High School. And it was an exciting game until that squib kick, Vinny.
Yeah, and you know, that was the play that you point to, but the reality of the whole thing is Summit's offense really took control of the game in the second half and was able to really, they had that slant, they had those deep, you know, intermediate pass range passes kind of whenever they wanted them. And so that was really the difference in the game. You know, you point to the squib, and that was obviously a big play. But the difference in the game, in my mind, was just the Summit's offense being able to take control, kind of do whatever they wanted there in the second half.
And Hesperia gave them a fight, a bigger fight than we might have thought they were going to give them after being down 27-16 after halftime.
Yeah, I think you got to give a lot of credit to Hesperia. Hesperia's got some guys. They're not without. You know, they got some talent. They got some good skill guys. They got some tough guys on defense. They ran into a team that's got a little bit more than them and a few more veterans. I mean, you saw the difference between a senior quarterback and a sophomore quarterback. I mean, that's just the growing pains that you have to go through when you're a young team and you're playing sophomores and particularly at the quarterback position in an offense where you ask the quarterback to do a lot. And so they took their lumps tonight against a good Summit team. But I think this Hesperia team and this program is going to continue to get better under Coach Scherf.
And the bright side obviously for Hesperia, LaVey Williams, huge game.
Yeah, I thought he looked great. I thought Jones Griffin looked good, both in the run and on defense. You know, I thought Mossy looked good, did some good things, and you know, Hassan looked good when he was in the game. You know, he didn't play a lot, but when he was in the game, looked good. So they did some good things, but obviously they got stuff to work on, and they'll get back at it.
Very impressive was Terry Tamink, as that will do it here. We want to thank our sponsors one last time for Inland Sports. Spoiled quick quality oil change. You'll be spoiled by excellent customer service and great prices. Check them out off Alessandro Boulevard. Spoiled. A huge thanks to Bill Navigato and his team at Spoiled, who are dedicated to local sports in the Inland Empire. Ken Sporting Goods, more than 40 years in the Inland Empire and still dominating, taking care of all your sports gear needs, plus Letterman's jackets. They even helped the La Sierra Eagles design a new logo, produce new uniforms. Check out kensportinggoods.com. Boost Performance Training. Athletes of all levels need to check out Boost Performance Training in Corona. Coach Ray Bass and his team bring experience, passion, and commitment to grooming great athletes. They train athletes in all sports, football, baseball, track, lacrosse. Check out boosttrainingsystems.com. The Inland Sports Show, Fox Sports IE, 1350 a.m. every Saturday at 11 a.m. This week we have Cohen football, so join us live and amplified on the radio and on the Inland Sports YouTube channel with Pep Fernandez. Tomorrow, Riverside TV, Hillcrest versus Notre Dame, our own Jeff Gorham and Hassan, quarterback Hassan, Ghazal Hassan, will have the call there for Riverside TV. Sports Weekly live on IEMG every Friday with Pep Fernandez, 11 p.m. with scores and highlights of all high school football around the Inland Empire. And next radio broadcast for us, Thursday at at Rubidoux with La Sierra at Rubidoux. And don't forget, San Bernardino Valley, their home opener against Mount Sac, September 2nd at 6 p.m. live on the IEMG YouTube channel. Don't forget that.
Fastest offense in the West.
Exactly.
Vinny will
have his blue bow tie on there. I will guarantee you that. For Vinny Fazio, I am Mason Jandro, and for Pep Fernandez, thank you for watching this broadcast of Hesperia versus Summit.
With its Champion for Character Award, the National Football Foundation, the Southern California Football Coaches Association, the Inland Empire Baseball Coaches Association, and the San Bernardino City Unified School District. We've teamed up with some outstanding companies in our community that are proud to call the IE home, and they care about local sports.
Hey, what's up, Pep? You too cool to come down here, man? Too big time now?
You can join our team too. If you're a local business or owner, shoot us an email at inlandsportshow@gmail.com. Nobody covers local sports like Inland Sports. Find us on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook.
Always want to play the best teams, even in the playoffs. If we win the playoffs, I want it to be like we earned it.
Help us spread the word. And thanks for making Inland Sports the local sports leader in the Inland Empire.